minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Yeah, man. Channel star. How's you doing? How's everybody doing tonight? This Tuesday night, how's everybody doing? I'm back again with another stream, okay? Tuesday night live where we chop up a few subjects and you know what I mean? The chop and leave still, you know what I mean? How it goes. But listen, at the end of the day, when I come around there, all I ask you guys to do is please like and subscribe, okay? Please like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, please comment, share, and hit the notification button. And you shall be notified when I go live. But please hit that like button. Hit that like button. That's the most important thing is hitting the like button. Excuse me. All right, so we're gonna chop up a few little things tonight. Obviously football related and stuff. Do you know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, my shows at the end of the day are never scripted. They're never scripted. They're just like you just go with the flow. Do you know what I mean? And I've got another guy. One of my guests, a good friend of mine that he goes with the flow as well. He goes with the flow. We just do this thing. You understand? Chelsea OG. What's Chelsea OG saying, man?
Big up, man. Big up, everyone in the house, bro. Yeah, how's everything? My man's good. Obviously, I could be better, but after all the news that's been coming out, feeling slightly more cheerful.
Addy's in the building, man. Big up, Addy. Big up to my favorite uncle on YouTube. Big up to you, sir. Big up to you, man. Enough respect goes out to you, Addy. Enough respect goes out to you. Yeah, man. It's been like a funny couple of days, isn't it? It's been a funny couple of days, brother. I don't know, big man. Don't know how to explain it, man. It's funny, man. We literally at the day we got our ass handed to us on Saturday. Do you know what I mean? Literally got our ass handed to us. And to some people at the day, that's probably in the day didn't come as any surprise. You know what I mean? And also the news broke yesterday about this Man City fiasco.
Yeah.
That they've been sort of like they've been on this little hustle, innit? I mean, there's a little hustle since 2009 and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you know. Yeah. One of the things that
it affects Liverpool quite a bit, no? Because hypothetically, if they'd done a title strip, wouldn't you guys win a title or two?
Yeah, because what it is, and they like they're talking about
the Olympics. There's bare gold medalists that finished second, but because the guy first got tested, is that how it works?
Well, that's what I said. I don't know how it works because nothing like this has really happened in football. In English football,
Juventus. Yep. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, Juventus at the day they literally got relegated to Serie B, didn't they?
I believe they got stripped as well of titles.
Yeah, must have, because I think quite a few of the guys in Juventus, obviously football club, quite a few of them got put in prison as well.
So who took those titles that were stripped off them? Did it go to the team that finished second that year?
He must have.
We need
Yeah,
to
I think he
research
did.
that still,
I
man.
think he did do. I think he went to Inter, didn't it?
Inter and maybe Juve, one of them. Sorry, AC.
Well, no, because AC Milan was caught up in it as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
AC
Yes,
Milan
I
was
forgot
caught up
about
in it as
that.
well, man. That was part of it as well. So I think he went to Inter, you know. You know, because you check it now and I think that because what it is, right? One of the things that the day that they said in the thing that, and I thought so how anybody didn't know this at the day, right? And they will tell us that they know this now. Like Roberto Mancini and they, right? Basically, and he was getting paid for managing two clubs at the same time. It was like it was literally at the day sort of like it was Man City and a club in Dubai. You know what I mean? A club in Dubai and stuff, right? And he was getting paid for the club in Dubai, and he didn't even step foot in that club.
Yeah.
He hadn't even stepped foot in that club, so he's getting paid twice, blood. Twice.
Man, that's how you know it's
No wonder he's
corrupt.
pissed off and off the job. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
thing about this season that defines both Liverpool and Chelsea, that Fabinho has been poor and has affected the whole team, and Kante has been injured, and it is visibly in that team.
Yeah, we both got that guy in the middle.
Yeah, well, you know, we were touching that. So, what's your thoughts on all this thing, this thing that's going on?
I have this conspiracy theory approach where I'm like, okay, one or two of the rules they broke, sections of the rules they broke, was so blatant that they could have acted sooner. So I was like, all right, so they almost probably let them get away with a lot and let them do a lot of lawyering where lets it build up and let it go on. Because obviously they bring a lot of money and revenue and they spend a lot of money within the league and pay for every transfer. How much does the FA and the other governing bodies take? They let them, I mean, there's a joke like the government in Morocco does the same thing, innit? He lets the Ash leaders build up, become big drug empire, and they let them do all that tax and fake businesses and all that shell companies. But when it's time to catch the whale, they catch the whale. You know what I'm saying? Take all that money, the government's up. So that's what the government's doing, bruv. They're going to be they're looking for probably some record money. The FA, come on, bruv. You know what I'm saying, man? Those are basically like rich pigs in suits. Them at FA, they're going to have a field day. They're going to get, obviously, the best lawyers money can buy as well as Man City's, but they're gonna try to get some crazy compensation. Like I won't be shocked if it's in the hundreds of millions, like them crazy ones, as well as like a transfer ban for a season or two, because they know that Sheikh Mansour just on Wikipedia is worth 20 billion, not let alone the money that he has access to. Like they say, his family's worth up to 100 billion. So the mans, they'll pay that crazy fine off, like if that's what it comes to. But that stripping stuff and it just seems too long, man. Allow Aguero.
No, but you see the things about the thing that there'd be no point in actually sort of like giving them a fine. I mean, there's no
Why?
point
Why?
because they can just pay it off like that.
Yeah, but you're talking like a fair person. This is the FA. Like they love money. How much money 500 mil is?
I know. It's peak round because the things that ideally at the end of the day, what will make it fair to the Premier, because you know what, at the end of the day, he's not only has he
Yeah,
cheated Liverpool, yeah.
that's
Check it
true.
out. Not only have they cheated Liverpool, they've cheated the whole Premiership.
And
Seriously, they've
the FA
cheated the
Cup,
whole
man. And the FA Cup, man. They all wanted to FA Cup backs as well, bruv. I was one of them.
Exactly. Look at all this. Look at all. You have to go. I think, in order to be fair, you have to go back on all the things that they won within that time period. And they're saying that they've cheated cheated in football and stuff. And
If they're
strip them.
guilty, if they're fully guilty on all charges,
Strip
then
them.
it can be.
Put this way, there's over 100 charges. There's over
They're not
100
gonna bust
charges.
all of them.
They can't bust all of them.
They can't, bro. If they do,
They
I'll be
can't
like,
bust all of
what?
them. You know what I mean? You know why they got a blind last time? They got a blind last time because what they said, and they goes, oh, the time and the day had passed for
Yeah,
that
that's
event
some
that
next
happened.
political BS, man.
Right. So then what they didn't they, right? They went to the Court of Arbitrations, and the Court of Arbitration then turned it over. But what these people what they're saying now is that Man City at the end of the day can't go to the Court of Arbitrations. They cannot go because it was, you know what it is? Because it was FIFA that dealt with it.
Yeah.
But you can go to the Court of Arbitration because it's the Premier League and the FA dealing with it. It's like you can't do it. You know what I mean? You can't do it. They can't bust that case, brother. They cannot bust that case.
I swear down, if they do, football's corrupt to another level. But I just don't see it happening.
You know what I mean? You know what is? It wouldn't surprise me. You know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me, big man. But to me, at the day, you know what I mean? That means at the day, so like a team could come in at the day, right, and cheat the whole of the Premiership in the day and get away with it because they got money. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna take Man City seriously after that.
You know what was the most arrogant thing, yeah? When they said they made the second most revenue in the world after Real Madrid. It was like, bro, I've never seen no one must have Man City shirt, fam, on holiday or something about second most revenue in the world. These companies, none of them existed. Like, none of them existed. PO Box 123, like, bull crap. Little companies in England, London, and Dubai that have one office and no one living there. Like, bro, it was arrogance. It's like, how dare you? How dare you try to say that? Like, you made the most shirt sales and sponsorship from companies that don't exist. You're sponsored by your own company, Etihad, fam.
Yeah. The thing is about
Liverpool was second revenue that year, rightfully.
Yeah, they made me laugh. The thing that made me laugh.
How dare they? Like, I've never seen someone wear a Man City shirt like that.
Big up Andy S.
Big up, man.
And get back to the thing there. Loads of brown envelopes were being sent around the Premier League from City. Facts. Facts. That's facts, man. Andy S says City and Chelsea.
We're innocent, fam. We learned our lesson already, fam. We learned our lesson with that transfer ban. We got transfer ban for nothing, for just talking to a little you who's whack anyway, who's terrible. Kante, where some fake. Like, we're not getting it. I'm not worried. Can Gerald get a tune out of Salah? Gerald will never manage Liverpool. Let's just put it out, man.
No, he won't. And this guy looks like a new subscriber. What's his name? Was it UK?
UK Rude DT.
Yeah, Rude DT. Yo, that's what I'm saying. UK Rude DT. Remember at the day, you know, if you're a new subscriber, let me know if you're a subscriber. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please smash that subscribe button and please hit the like button and comment and share and hit the notification button and you'll be notified every time we're going live. You know what I mean? Gonna have a new. I've got a new show in mind and everything that I'm thinking about in the day, right? So, you know what I mean? Hit the notification button and you will know this new show still. You know what I mean? Is it Andy S says City have been doing this for time. They have, haven't they? They have. That's the thing about it. Long time. Huh?
They thought they're going to get away with it.
So that's a problem, we see. That's a problem. Because remember the day, now, they've been investigated for 4 years now, right? 4 years they've been investigated for, right? And that's a problem at the day with people that do these sort of things at the day, right? Arrogance take over and I think at the day, so like, you know, they can keep on doing it and they ain't gonna get caught. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, when they do get caught and anything like that, they ain't got no alibi story. They ain't got no cover up thing or nothing like that. Just out there in the bed.
Oh, but they think like they can buy their way out of everything. And I think sometimes they have a point. Like, are they just gonna pay their way out of it? Imagine it was some crazy fine, like £1 billion fine.
The things that the things that they can actually pay.
Clubs getting sold for only 3.9 billion. You don't think £1 billion a lot as a fine?
Yeah. Was it relegated from the Premiership and deducted 40 points off all
that means they'll get relegated again.
Easy. Yeah. You know what they did to Rangers? Remember Rangers went to non-league, you know?
Yeah.
Rangers went long league, blood.
I'll never forget that.
They were playing, blood. You weren't playing them. Big up Rodz and Chelsea OG. Big up, man. Big up yourself. Hit that like button as you come in. Hit that like button as you come in. Christopher Link, how you doing, sir? How does it get to 100 cases? That's another thing.
I told you they let it build up, yeah, so that they could whatever they do could be justified. The FA and other governing bodies, they're gonna make money off this. Believe me, man. They always make money. That's what they care about, it seems.
Facts, man. Facts. Anyway, I don't give two craps about City or Chelsea. Yes, and yes. Let's focus on the crap putting up with across Liverpool. Yeah, we're gonna touch on that. Don't worry, we're gonna touch on that. We're gonna touch on that. Indian Scouser says, "Big up, guys. Big up, Indian Scouser.
Big up, bro.
Big up yourself." Egyptian King in the house says, "Big up, guys."
Man.
Yeah, Egyptian King, he's a legend, you know. And he said, if we lose to Everton and lose both Madrid games, stop walking.
Oh, losing to Everton, that's a derby, fam. You can't lose to Everton just because Stone Cold Sean Dyche came. Sean Dyche, you got lucky first game. Like, I don't remember last time Everton beat you. Would they beat you last season?
No, they beat us that season. We had all those injuries to the defense, innit?
It's been majority you just whooping their ass.
Yeah. It's been the majority that we've given us some.
If only Lampard was still there, like, and you caught them at the wrong time, you know what I'm saying? You might just get where is it? Where's the game anyway? Didn't you check?
Anfield.
Oh, so okay. I mean, shouldn't be worried. Worst case scenario will be a draw.
Yeah, but
you didn't want to draw no more. You want to win.
The things about it, right? Just to come off the Man City thing for a bit, we'll literally we'll go back on it in a bit. To be honest, at the day, right, is the way we've been playing. Yeah, I don't think Anfield save us. You know what I mean? Because we could have said like last season or season before, we could have said to certain teams at the day, right, all right, you might have had a victory now, but you wait till you come to Anfield. Do you know what I mean? And more time at the day, when they come to Anfield and stuff, we would have beat them, we'd have murdered them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't even say that now. That's what I'm trying to say. I can't say now. That's why I'm, you know.
But it's Everton, though.
Yeah, but the things about it, right? Everton at the day, right? To me, at the day, they've got some good players. It's just that Lampard couldn't get a tune out of them.
And you think Sean Dyche is not like new manager boss? You think he's definitely the guy?
Sean Dyche is an experienced manager. He's got that more experience at the day to sort of like more than Lampard. He's got the more experience to how to set up his. He's got that experience at the day to how to set up his team, yeah, so they're hard to beat.
Yeah, reminds me of Sam Allardyce. He's like the new Big Sam.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And I don't think Lampard had that. Lampard could not set up his team at the day, so they was hard to beat. He couldn't do that. You know what I mean? And that was and that was to me at the day. That was always his Achilles heel. Do you know what I mean? You know, he was lucky at the day to sort of like get out of this sort of remember that look, was it not last? Yeah, was it last season? Yeah, it was last season when they nearly got relegated.
Took over and he just saved them for it. He didn't even save them. He put them into relegation battle.
Yeah, and he just got them out by the skin of his teeth. And I think even that was like true to the fact that there was some results went their way. You understand me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you basically got some respect for Everton this season with players like no. And
yeah, he's good. He's good. He got that Damari Gray as well, isn't he?
Damari Gray, bro, he's good as well, man. That guy's a beast.
Calvin Lewis.
Yeah. I forgot about him, you know. He was popping for like 3 seasons ago. Yeah. He's still good, but he's not the same. But man, this is what time is the kickoff? At least that's not early, right?
No, it's a Monday night kickoff, isn't it?
That's good. You guys are decent on Monday nights.
I hope so. Huh? Are you coming down for the show tomorrow? We've got a prediction show tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'll jump on, man.
Yeah, come jump on for that, man. Got some mans coming in.
We're going for a few Premier League teams predictions tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah. It's a Premier League. It's a weekend. It's a weekend sort of like weekend prediction show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See FA Cup games on today.
Who's playing?
Some dead teams. None I recognise really.
If we were, no, I've read that one there.
You see the Premier League
Red,
teams.
Redbirds, now they just got a fine, which won't make any difference to them. They are dropping in the money. It sucks. Redbirds, so
Yeah.
that's true. That is true. You know, you're going to make them do. Egyptian King says, get them cheating bastards out of the league. I told you, my man does skin teeting her. EK does skin teeting her, fam. You know what I mean? And yes, City will get a 20 points deduction and
Fully
a transfer
agree.
or fine.
Fully agree. I think they're going to get all three.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because if they pay the £1 billion fine, they can still buy players.
Exactly. Andy, calm down. That's a Christopher link.
Preach, Andy.
Go on, Andy. Andy laughing there. Andy, yes.
Right, preach,
Christopher Link says we will win the derby and we will win against Madrid. Jota scoring the important goal. He's back, isn't he? Back in training, Jota.
Jota's looking. I'm like so happy we dodged Jota's bullet.
Yeah, he's nice man. He knows how to pattern up thing. How can a mailbox make fucking money? That's wrong.
And a PO box made money like.
Fuck, he's funny. EK's not listening. He's a savage blood. Andy says, Christopher, we won't even beat the bottom. Was it bottom teams?
I expect to beat.
How do you expect to? Everton and Madrid, they are another level.
Madrid, yeah, cool. But Everton are not all that, man. Don't forget, they're still fighting relegation.
Hey, Madrid ain't playing too good at the moment, you know.
Yeah, I just feel like Arsenal were arrogant on that day as well.
No, Madrid at the end of the day are not playing too good at the moment. You know what I mean?
No, that's it. 10 points behind.
Yeah. Pascal says justifying for City would not be justice; it would be taking the piss.
Yeah, but we'll get some of that money. Like they'll give money. Liverpool will get the majority of that fine out of the compensation. Let's just say 200 million compensation to the league. You'll get the majority of that money if you finish second.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you guys got 50 million, you'll be like, all right, well, we'll take a bit of that.
No, I want the title.
Huh?
No, I want the title, blood. I want those 2 titles, blood.
They'll give you the titles as well. They'll give you the titles and they'll give you 50 mil. Like you'll be like, cool.
I'll take that. Give me the 2 titles, and then that puts us 21 titles. You know what I mean? Above Man United. We're nice. We're nice around there. Because Uncle Albert's in the building in there. Uncle Albert's in the building.
Big up, man. Bring him in. Well,
Hey, how you guys doing, man? Listen.
What's going on? What's going on, fam?
Not much. I'm sorry. I'm a little late. I got caught up in traffic. I had to go get something done, and I just got caught up in a little bit of traffic. Sorry.
No problem. You're welcome any time. What do you think about this thing? Now I'll let you chat about this this whole Man City stuff. What are you saying about it?
I want the titles, man. I'm a very simple guy.
You're acting like Inter Milan.
I want them fucking titles. That's all. Because that gives us 3 titles, man. I'll take it any day. And if they don't want it, I'll go get the medals myself. I'll hang them up all on my wall over here.
Do they owe you an FA Cup or Carboa Cup?
I want everything.
No, League Cup. League Cup.
I want the League Cup. So that we came second into Man City. You see, let me come at you guys this way.
Yeah.
We often like to as it were, complicate stuff. Okay? So we're competing for something. You cheated, right? But for you cheating, I would have won. There's no time bar on cheating. If you cheated and you've been caught 1,000 years later, I think the title
like the Olympics.
Exactly. It's really simple. I hear people I hear a lot of talk about if everybody shifted upwards, then people are going to start complaining about compensation. Well, if the Premier League finds Manchester City, they should distribute the money to the rest of the teams. But
Yeah, but you'll get the most of the money because you lost the most
exactly,
financially.
but the person who actually was supposed to have won the title should be given the title, should be at least recognized as having won the title, and the record should show that at a certain point in time, Liverpool won the title. That's
We
it.
were discussing that. We were saying, did Inter Milan get the title that was stripping away from Juve? And we were checking online. All I found was that Juventus was stripped with the 2000, 2005, 2006 title. But I couldn't see if Inter would receive the title.
Well, I'm not sure what happened because I don't really follow. But even more importantly than the titles, Manchester City should go and play non-league football and make their way up.
That's too much. That's because you can't do all of that. You can't do title and then a giant fine, which is also compensation, and then you want to send them 3 leagues below. That is one step too much.
You would understand what I'm saying a little bit more if they had beaten you in the Champions League final.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You're
so right. You're so right.
Final, you'd have understood.
We
have lost the Premier League title to Manchester City twice with 1 point.
Yeah,
I want those titles if they cheated. I don't care what anybody says. That's what I want. I want it more than anything else. And then
John just confirmed in the comments that if they do get stripped, you will definitely get the title because Inter Milan did.
And then there's also the other issue of what everybody has been trying to do, being on the straight and narrow, whilst there's a little kid sitting somewhere and he tells his dad, "Daddy, I want a football team." And his dad says, "Okay, let's look at which one is available." Manchester United is not available. Oops, Liverpool is not available. Okay, you get Manchester City. Go and start, going round and round with some cash that we have in our basement. That's not how it works. You see, when the reasons why those rules are there is so that we don't find out what, unfortunately, I don't want this to come out the wrong way because it's not a Chelsea supporters issue. It's the owner of Chelsea. His links to somebody who doesn't have a problem dropping bombs on little kids. That's why the rules exist. Because if we're not careful, somebody will own a football team and you will never know how the person owns the football team. So the transparency is important. There are budding issues with the way Haaland is being paid. That is going to come up soon. That's going to become a problem soon. This issue of how Mancini was being paid is just not the right way. People need to pay taxes on their earnings. And if you're willing to pay somebody a certain amount of money to do a certain amount of work, that person must be willing to pay taxes on those earnings. And you, the person paying the money, shouldn't try to find a shortcut by turning those monies into allowances or per diems or whatever it is that, they've been faffing around with. So as far as I'm concerned, let the right thing be done. There's a reason why, for example, when this may be exaggerated, but when somebody murders somebody, we say you murdered somebody, but you go to jail for the rest of your life. The punishment may not be commensurate, maybe after the fact, but it's still punishment regardless. So Man City should face the punishment, and I want those titles. I just fucking want my titles, man.
What will become a legend overnight?
I want my titles. I want Stevie G to get his title. I want Jose Enrique to get his. I want I want Sturridge to get his medal. I want everybody to get their medal.
All right. So let me read out some of these comments and everything. That we're gonna trust me. We're gonna jump back into it. This one here. I'll check this one here. I think he like to say about Sai in the cup. Is that right? LG? LG
Which one? Yeah, I think that is right.
So yeah, Sai in the cup. It seems like you're new round here.
Big up,
So I
Sing.
don't know. So, yeah, singing it, singing the cop, yeah. So it seems like you're new around here. So I don't know if you actually subscribe, but if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button and hit the like button, and also comment, share, and hit the notification button. Yeah. So, but let me know if you've actually sort of like hit this. If you subscribe, yeah, please let me know if you subscribe. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. Okay. He says, "Big up, guys." Paddle says, "Redbird." Was it hand orange covering eyes? Stop it.
That's an emoji.
Stop that. I know with it. Monkey see, monkey don't, innit? One of them ones.
Yeah, yeah.
We are the we are the Robin Hood of this Premier League, Andy. So we give to the poor and take from the big. Stop it, man. They man have brutal stuff. They man have brutal stuff. Um, Man, screw the was it screw the 1 bill, strip them men of the titles like a day you can't say. Egyptian King's not nice, you
Wait,
know.
1 billion's a lot, though.
Yeah,
Money,
yeah,
what
but they
going
can just
on?
pay. Other man San says money makes the world go round. I
Facts.
think it's a man. I think he's a Man City fan, you know. I think. Thing in the cop says 2 seasons ago. I think he's talking about sort of like obviously the titles and that. Andy, I said everyone's beating us though. Yeah, that is true.
Mm.
Cut won't walk this season. No, he won't. He won't walk. He's getting paid 15 million a year. Why is he going to walk? Why would he walk? Cheating bastards will get a fine and slap on the wrist. Yeah.
Hope not.
Yes. Sing in the cop says we are giving points to everyone. Facts. What's this one here? Anfield will be dead again. I've heard more noise at Disneyland. Stop that. But so what I was gonna say, Uncle Albert, yeah, is how comes this shit at the end of the day, yeah, it's been able to go on so bloody long. Do you know what I mean, Uncle Albert? How come
because
it's,
because Manchester City have been lawyering up every time this becomes
Mm.
an issue. They find the best lawyers, they pay the best lawyers, and they just drag the situation. Remember, with UEFA, they just timed the process out. So by the time the fines came around and the bans came around and whatever you came around, the statute of limitation had been passed. So they went to the Court of Arbitration of Sport and said, hey, the statute of limitation had passed, but these guys still want to fine us, and they threw some of the stuff away. But they can't do that with the Premier League, though. And the other thing is the other teams in the Premier League are very upset with Manchester City. So they're going to demand their pound of flesh. I want them out of the league. Listen, I'm just, gone were the days when Manchester City was like a wayside bordello. Just stop and pay your £20. They gotta go, man. They just gotta go.
yeah,
We have
yeah,
enough problems. We have enough problems in Manchester. We'll take one at a time.
what do you think? What's your whole take on the situation, OG?
To be honest, I just think that the FA they waited a bit. I don't want to say they got smart and they made sure they don't let the statute of limitation pass again, but with the amount of case built up, they could do a lot against City, a lot. And as I said, like the worst possible result, mad result would be if they bust case, if all charges were falling apart, or just the most minor charges, such as the Mancini one was applied. Like if it's such a minor one, you guys, I could see you two being very angry. A lot of people are assuming they're 100% guilty. With 100 charges, for me, they're at least 10% guilty. You know what I mean? They cannot fight them all. They cannot win them all. Do you guys see no possibility of Man City just, I don't know, a lot of them getting dropped and maybe just one minor charge they say yes to and pay large? You don't think that could happen?
OG, have you ever heard of anybody get through 115 charges? Did you ever hear that before?
I heard 6 charges. I heard even 10, but I've never heard 100.
115. Let's just say they get rid of 90. There's still 25 charges they're going to have. Those guys are screwed. They know that. The only thing that's going to happen is that this thing is going to take time because they are going to amble through the charges with the best lawyers, one after the other, contesting. Yeah. But at the end of the day, the Aptiva is going to come. The hammer is going to drop. And
it will.
The very reason that, let me ask you a question. With your owner, right? Bowley dropping all kinds of cash on the league and trying to find all kinds of ways to try to get around financial fair play, having to give players 8-year contracts when he's not even sure what they're going to do and what have you. You think he's going to find it funny if Man City are found to be faffing around with taxes? No, everybody's going to be really upset. So they're gonna, and don't forget that these days there are a lot of really rich owners in the Premier League. I mean, there's Tony Bloom, the guys who own Leeds. The 49ers organization owns Leeds. That's one of the richest organizations in the world. There's the guys who own Bournemouth. Everybody has rich
Newcastle,
so
the Leicester owner, second richest guy in Thailand, they're all billionaires, exactly. Multi-billionaires as well.
So they're not gonna find it funny. I mean, guy takes off from Leicester City car park with his helicopter and drops dead. That's how rich some of those people are.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna find it easy. This is a thing. Is like what you call it? Is like a Cosa Nostra, and one family is like stabbing everybody behind the back, selling the drugs when everybody said they wouldn't sell drugs. So
mafia
they're going to be pissed and they're going to demand their pound of flesh. I can see it coming. It's not coming now, so I'm not concentrated on it. But whenever it happens, I want my titles, man. I want my 3 fucking titles. Stevie fucking G needs his gold chain, man.
Knowing your club,
come back and hold it up,
they'll take those old titles and do a bus tour.
Damn, I will make the cup up myself. I know a guy down the street who makes cups. I want to make one of those things up. I'm going to carry it. I want my fucking titles. I don't care what anybody says about, there's too much time. I don't give a shit about too much time. I want my titles. Because the record will reflect
3 titles, isn't it?
Years.
There could be 3 titles.
3 titles, my brother. The record
titles.
will reflect.
Who wins one? Man United wins one.
In 50
years.
No,
we win 3.
Right. In 50
we win 3
years. Second every season.
Remember the day, like when we was under Brendan Rodgers, yeah? They just picked us to the title, yeah?
Yeah, so that's one there. Then you guys won it.
Yeah, no, they had 2 seasons at the day where we
in the last 5 years.
Finished up, last 5 years we finished a point behind them. Remember?
You
we had 1 season
twice.
Yeah, because
yeah.
So it's the point last season. Yeah.
So why are you saying 3? Because you've won 1.
No, listen. The one with Gerrard was in the squad, yeah? Had one with Gerrard in the squad.
What year was it? 2000 and what?
That was 13, 14.
15. No, 14.
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah, 2014. It's 2014. Then you had the year that we won the Champions League, right? Yes, they beat us by 1 point.
Yeah,
1 point.
You lost the league that year. You won the Champions
League.
Yeah,
we lost the league. And you know what? Listen, do you know who we lost to that league that season? We only lost 1 game, and we lost. You know who we lost to?
Man City. Who?
Right. Exactly.
Mate.
Right. So they beat us by 1 point. Then, yeah. Right.
No, but there's 2. More. I think from the charges I saw, they're losing at least 6 titles or 5 titles. Sorry. 5 titles.
There's 3 for us anyway.
3 for you. And 1 for United, I think.
Huh?
Mourinho finished 2nd. Remember? I'm gonna check what years the rules were, because I saw it earlier. Me and Steve were doing it on another show, and it was the Mancini one was really old. how they paid him. But the rest of them were.
We're
Yeah, but no, Mourinho wasn't in the hunt, was he?
I thought he finished
Was he?
second with United. Or does Ollie? Maybe Ollie gets one. That'll be jokes if Ollie get one.
That'd be jokes, man. Let me read out some of these comments now.
Yeah, go through the comment.
Andy S is in the building. Andy S. These things take so long to come up, you know. Oh, for God's sake.
Read the comments from the.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to come up. Just keep them come up. Andy S says night 8 p.m. Don't know what that means. Egyptian King says, what's it? Quadamana.
Oh, Nana, man, that boy's cooking in midfield like a well-done steak. I agree, bro.
Well, yeah, he's heavy. He's heavy, boy.
He's gonna give us a shitload of problems on Monday, man.
Big up Rod Salmon, AKH. Yeah, man. Tom Izzy, big up yourself, man. Click on the link, but not was it open? Put link again, please. I'll try again. I don't know what link that.
Still not a panel. Something private between it. I don't know.
Yeah, it must be something private between them. Somebody says prayers. Yeah. Oh, listen. This is the one I want to talk about as well. Prayers and thoughts goes out to the victims of Turkey and Syria and Lebanon. Yeah, you know what? And then like Monday morning when I woke up and everything like that, you know what I mean? I was looking at YouTube and everything. I always check some news at the end of the day, you know what I mean, on YouTube.
Same.
And then stuff that, and I saw this an earthquake in Turkey, and it was like obviously on the border of Syria as well. Do you know what I mean? And
even Lebanon got it.
Yeah, I said Lebanon got it as well. It was a disaster for those three countries and stuff. So as I said, look, listen, football is football. We all love football, but some things are bigger than football. You understand me? Yeah. Right. So what I like to say, for me, from the bottom of my heart, and I know I speak for everybody on this panel, yeah, is our hearts goes out to you guys in Turkey and to everybody that's lost loved ones or loved ones have been injured and all that. Our hearts goes out to you, and you're in our thoughts and prayers. Hopefully, I hope to God in the day that you get the right aid that you need to get. Do you know what I mean? But like, you know, my thoughts and my prayers are with you guys at the day in Turkey, Syria, and Lebanon, because this was a bad disaster. Do you know what I mean? And considering that they had one a while ago, didn't they? A good few years ago, they had one, and it killed about 17,000 people or something like that, I think. Do you know what I mean? So my heart goes out to you guys for this disaster, and you're in our thoughts and you're in our prayers today. You know what I mean? So big up everybody in Turkey, big up everybody in Syria, and big up everybody in Lebanon. Do you know what I mean? Because some things that they go further than football are bigger than football. Do you know what I mean? You understand? So big up everybody, Turkey, Syria.
They're all doing well, man. My brothers and sisters out there, like, you know, those countries aren't first world countries. It's not easy already as it is, but hopefully, as you said, the right aid comes. I hope they stay positive, man. It's just believable.
Yeah, it's sad.
Uncle Rodz, I need to check out for a moment. I'll call you back. I'll call back, okay?
Big up, man.
Yeah.
I'll call back.
Yeah. Be open. It's open. Yeah. So let's get some things. Redbird said Madrid not playing good, but we are worse. Facts. You know what I mean? Strasbourg, Steve, how you doing, sir? Big up yourself, man.
Big show over there, my guy.
Yeah, man. I like that guy, man. I got a lot of respect for him still, man. So big up Strasbourg, Steve. Thank you for coming in. Ensman's in the building.
Big up,
Ensman. Ensman. Listen, Ensman, I'm gonna send you the link, you know. I'm gonna send Ensman a link, you know.
Yeah, say no more.
I'm gonna send him a link. If you're not too busy, Ensman, fly in, brother. If you're not too busy, you know what I mean? I'm going to send you a link now by WhatsApp still, brother. You know what I mean? If you're not too busy, just come in and, you know.
Drop some knowledge bombs on us, man. I know you're seeing one on the quiz show. Coming on next week, brother. No BS this
Who
time.
won it? Who
Oh,
won it? I said Ed's gonna link.
he didn't even win it.
You won it. You won it. Yeah.
No, I'm coming on next week, brother. He didn't even win it, fam. He didn't.
Who won it?
I don't even know what his name was. Because when you put the comments up, the names aren't there. You have the comments up all day.
Yeah. Big up, John, and I hope you're well as well, mate. Hope you're well as well. Hope you and your missus are well. Big up, John. I mean, and get your show started, man. Cheating bastards. Get your show started. EK said, Uncle Albert.
Fire.
Andy S says, big up Uncle Albert. Do you know what I mean? Odoban San says, big ups. Yeah, man, respect, man. Big up, man. You know what I mean? Let's get this one here. I mean, hi Albert, I come from Redbird. Glasgow Red TV says, big up Egyptian King, mate. And Glasgow John says, big up ends, mate. Hope you're well. Redbird says, yeah, tell them Albert. Albert Savage there. Albert just,
he came in with the fire and knowledge. I love that.
Yeah, he just said I don't care about anybody else. I just want the titles. Do you want after he gives the titles, innit? That's what he's saying. I want them titles more than I want a gangbang and the car.
Jenner's and Kylie and all them. A lot of Jenner there.
Stop it.
Kardashians.
It is. 1 second. 1 second. Just go send this message. 1 second, my brother. 1 second. Yeah.
This show is interrupted by messaging services.
Isn't it? No, she's like, I'm gonna get Macy on the show tomorrow. Still.
Oh, nice. Big up, man. She's covering the women's football well.
No, man, she got knowledge, man. She just asked me what time the show is tomorrow. Big up Redbird. That's come from John, my good friend John, man. Glasgow Red TV. Big up, bro. I got a message in there. Big up John, big up Ends. Panoff Scout says, Redbird, what link are you on about? That's only a private thing, innit? You know what I mean? Probably Pornhub.
Who cares about Navigator?
Navi will be 2+ Premier League winner. That's gonna be mad, you know. That's gonna be mad. You know what I mean? He's leaving this season. Yeah, OG, Inter got the title.
Yeah. So research that as well. Safe for that, man. Inter champs.
Yeah. Inter champs.
From 205-206 season.
Yeah, Panoff, my bag. I thought I saw
my bad.
A link. My bad. Sorry.
That's what he meant.
But he's put back though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he meant. He meant my bad.
Yeah.
I thought I saw
my bad. I thought I saw the link. This team is sending me over the edge. Panoff says, "Oh, okay, excuse me." Yeah, so it was Chelsea, man. Chelsea are dealing with madness, big man.
Yeah, but we've done it legitly, man. Well, my conspiracy theory is like, obviously, the system's pro-American, pro-Westernized companies, so they probably help Chelsea out, if anything. But man, like them Arab money of all that, I just think they really want the Arab money. They're gonna take hella money from Man City. But with Chelsea, we've been someone said earlier, we've been a bit smart and they hate it. And I'm like, yeah, we have. Like, even if you don't know the players are gonna be sick in the future, we're signing these mad long ones, hoping, I'm praying. Todd B has got at least another 3.5 years before he's allowed to take money out of the club. So in those 3.5 years, he's got to build something grand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so as well. I think at the day, sort of like Todd Burnley at the day, it's come to sort of like to Graham Potter said, look, at the day, you know what, at the day, right? Here's the tools at the day, do something with it. Do you know what I mean? Do something with it. And I think by the signings of what he's done and how he's made the signings and stuff, yeah, because he hasn't done anything wrong. You know what I mean? He literally hasn't done anything
when
wrong.
He came in, he got a lot of our players injured under his reign. We
Mm.
really had a few injuries, but then he got like I thought maybe he'll come in, he'll change. Maybe he'll bring in all these because he brought so many people from Brighton. Maybe we're not gonna, but even more injuries. However, all the injuries are coming back. Like right now on the app, everyone's back. Even for Fano, Kante's coming back soon, 2-3 weeks. Cover's not injured again. What's his name? Obviously, Reece James played like 75 minutes the other day. All our players are coming back from injuries. When really your players aren't coming back from injuries. They're staying injured, your players. They're not even coming back.
Listen, it's peak round, and now I think Jota and
Yeah, Jota's the one.
Jota's in. He started full
Not next
training.
game, though.
No, he'll come back next game. You know what I mean? We're in the mud at the moment when it comes to sort of like
Everton.
injuries. We just got
Yeah.
people dropping like flies, blood. Do you know what I
If
mean?
that
And
happens one more time, then there's something wrong with the system, with the staff.
you know what it is? You know what it is? It's the staff and the demand of what they put on these players. You know what I mean? I think to myself at the day, right? All right, a player can be getting like two to 300 grand a week, but he's still a human being. So if you really and they put these amounts of physical demands on that player, you know what I mean? They're gonna drop. They're not fucking machines. They're gonna drop. You understand me?
Well, you're always fighting in all competitions, fam. You know what I'm saying? You guys push them to the limit.
Listen, and that's what annoys me because what he's done in everything now is like he's done two things. Yeah, number one, he's weakened the team. Yeah. Number two, in everything that he said, right, yeah, go again. Give us the same what you gave us last season.
Yeah.
It's impossible. I think at the end of the day, right, even if Marnie was there, and if he kept Marnie and he kept Minamino and Origi and that, if he kept those three players, yeah, and probably added to them, even that I think it would have still been difficult. I would have been in a better position than what we are now.
Definitely,
But it's
slightly, though.
It's slightly, but what I'm trying to say is it'll still be sort of like it'll still be hard to replicate at the end of the day what we want and go that bit better. I think at the day if we kept those kept Mane, Minamino and Origi, and we added to the squad, like you said, we bought sort of like Cavalier, Ramsey, and Nunes. Yeah, I think at the we're sitting in fourth or third. That is a difference.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Gakpo one wasn't smart. Like, you should have brought someone more like... You should have just added 30 mil and get Casado. You know, them ones. You didn't even... just brought Nunes. Why are you buying Gakpo? Like, what's the point? Like,
I can understand why they bought Gakpo. Because, you know, they just want the goal.
You wish he was at United doing that Anthony.
He's going, isn't he? He's going into, isn't he?
Anthony, yeah, that's one of the worst. That's up there with Lukaku. They brought him for almost 100 mil, like 70, 80 mil, and he ain't done nothing, Miskin. He's just done one little spinner move.
I don't think he's been given a chance, though. I think he'll be.
He plays a lot of minutes, though.
Yeah, probably now.
People
but you know,
try to rip Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, like Kai Havertz. Not only when he does not score sometimes, but he's close a lot of the time. Like Anthony, I can't even remember match of the day him close to scoring. The last time he scored was the FA Cup or something. EFA. He hasn't scored in the Premier League. He scores against the weaker teams, and obviously they're playing Barcelona now. Like they're pissed.
So what are you saying, man's dead in that?
Yeah, I feel bad, almost bad for him. Like I thought he was going to be sick.
Yeah, so did I actually. You know, I thought he was going to.
He fought Randall Kesman. Remember Kesman who destroyed?
Yeah. He scored all those.
Yeah, it's Bearman's in Holland that they destroy it. They come here and then it doesn't work out sometimes.
But he scored bare goals in Holland.
Yeah, like 50. What did Anthony scored like 30, almost 29 goals in last season?
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, bro, how did you not flipping?
Do you remember that time that when he bought Kesman, there was the three people that was really ripping him up in
Robin was them, right?
Huh?
Robin,
Kesman, and Dirk Kuyt.
Oh, Dirk Kuyt, man, that guy scored crazy amount of goals in Holland.
Yeah, he scored. Because he played for Feyenoord, but he played for somebody else, and he scored about over like 80 goals for both clubs.
And then he came to you guys, and he became a workman.
You know what? Yeah, I think what happened when he came to us, right, and this is what I can't understand, Chelsea G. When he came to us and everything, and they played him down the middle, yeah, he was scoring goals. Yeah. I don't know whose bright idea it was to put him out on the right hand side of the midfield. And Dirk Kuyt, fair play to him, he doesn't moan, he doesn't argue, he doesn't throw his toys at the bum. He just does it. He just does what you could put him in as a goalie, and he would say, "Yeah, all right then." He's that sort of person, and he just does what he's told. You know what I mean? He doesn't disrupt the team because I think he genuinely loves Liverpool, and they put him on the right hand side of the midfield. To me, at the day, I think they ruined his game. They actually ruined his game.
He still won better stuff with you guys. Like what you won the FA Cup and
he won the FA Cup under Kenny Dalglish. On the FA Cup under Kenny Dalglish. That's what all he won. That's what he won.
I thought for some reason I thought he won one or two more.
No, it's FA Cup. Yeah, FA Cup. As far as I can remember, he only won the FA Cup, and then the season after he won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
No. I'm lying. Yeah.
He didn't win that in the EFL Carboa Cup, Carling Cup back then.
Yeah, he bought the Carling Cup in it. It was just Carling Cup in it.
Yeah, I think you guys won that as well.
Yeah, he won that. I don't know. I thought he won more.
Nah, he missed the Champions League hype.
Yeah, he missed that. He didn't win anything on the Benitez, I don't think. No, he didn't win anything on the Benitez. I think he's just won the Carabao Cup.
Well, he's still good. I mean, these Dutch players, man. So, like, boy, I don't even know what our main subject was on about. Like, forget United.
No, I'm just saying about Chelsea, and I think like.
Oh, no, we're in the mad, man. We're still getting our shit together. Like, I'm sure next season will be very good, but this season, I could see a Conference League, or depending on who wins the FA Cup. If Man United win the Carabao Cup, it gets pushed to place, so maybe we can make UEFA.
UEFA Cup. You think so?
Yeah, maybe we can make 7th or something, and the spot gets pushed.
This is it. How can Man City make more revenue than us? Man United, and Chelsea. Man City.
That's just crazy.
Back in the day was getting slapped up 8-1 by Middlesbrough. Remember that? They got dealt with that day. And now they are making revenue like 3D printer.
Michael Jackson got past 100 charges. Jeez.
Stop that.
Michael was innocent.
That's some OJ business, isn't it?
And
big up Aaron. That comes from Chelsea OG. NFC Aaron says Man City are taking the piss. One, how can they be more commercially successful than Real Madrid? Two, how did they make a profit
during COVID?
During the
Facts.
COVID? Yeah, facts. That is fact. That always gets me. You know what I mean? Hi, John. That's coming from NFC Aaron. Ollie Marino gets one, I think.
Because it's free. Apparently, it's free each. If it happens, they get stripped since that time.
Yeah, I think Wallace Ollie gets one. I think
Yeah.
I think Ollie.
Ollie winning the title. He'll come back from wherever he's hiding, whatever cave he's hiding, like little Smeagol from Lord of the Rings, and just go on the bus tour around Manchester.
Those ones. LSC Aaron said Harry Kane would even end up a League Cup winner.
Tottenham finished second one time. Tottenham finished second. Man. That was seasons ago. If they include all those 6-7 seasons, jeez.
So when was that then?
1 year they finished second.
Ravi said one go on Dread. Big up Ravi. Yes, Ollie does free for us. Oh, free for us and free for United, you know.
That's what I'm saying. That's the case. If you study it properly, and that's the case, if they get stripped for the seasons they've been accused, damn, United would be up again.
Yeah, NFC Aaron says, yeah, absolutely awful scenes. Rest in peace. He talked about obviously what's happened in Turkey, Syria, and Lebanon. So yeah, man.
They found Atsu. It's all over the BBC.
Yeah. Have they found? Oh yes.
Found the former Chelsea guy. Atsu found him.
Yeah, because he's thinking it. He's gone missing, isn't he?
Yeah, they found him, but he was injured.
Oh, good. Oh, wicked.
Light
So they
injury.
found him, yeah?
Yeah, they found him.
Oh,
Alhamdulillah.
wicked, wicked. Yeah, they found him, guys. They found him. Question: do you think some players get false promises by their clubs and managers so they don't leave? And is that a detriment to their development? What do you think?
Well, obviously, look at Chelsea now. We're given a lot of promises, isn't it?
Yeah,
A lot of promises, but a lot of these players will get their hearts broken, and that's the reality. So if that does
yeah,
happen, they've got to get moved on, and then they're going to be like, a lot of this happens all the time. When you bulk buy, we got a lot of players, we're going to break a lot of hearts. I mean, Pep done it as well. Klopp, I was saying Klopp moved on a few people before he got sentimental, but I don't know. I don't think it's like politics, isn't it? Like they're never fully telling the truth.
What do you think, Algarbo?
You see, I I don't buy this all big teddy bear thing about club. I don't buy it. See, it's football is a very corrupt business, and it's a carefully staged, managed image that he gives himself to escape scrutiny. How is it that all the good stuff is club and all the bad stuff is FSG? You see, when people want to sit down and analyze all this thing dispassionately, FSG gave 70 million pounds for Allison. They gave what 40 million odd for Salah. They gave what 48 for Keita, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. I say that if that money was being used judiciously, we won't be where we are. But you can scratch everything else and just look at what has happened from September to now. 125 million pounds at least. And I'm not talking about the likes of Carvalho and the guy from Scotland, the fullback. What's his name?
Andy Robertson.
I'm not even talking about those. I'm just talking about the two players that he bought for 125 million. Couldn't that money have been spent to do better? Because that money could have bought the Thuram brothers, Kudus, Unahi, could have bought all those players and then some, and a little bit changeover for Nando's, right? And after you do that, you have actually restocked your midfield, so to speak. But he didn't do that.
True.
So I'm just not buying it. But the great thing about football is that the results and the sentiments of the supporters will always be judged on the field. See what begins to happen if we lose against Everton on Monday. And it's not beyond the realms of possibility or probability, because I am asking us how our supporters are going to take losing to a lowly Everton. But how are we going to get past the midfield three of Everton? How are we going to get past them? Onana. And I like something about Onana already. You know, he got an offer to leave and he said, no, I'm part of this mess. I'm staying till we fix it. That's a guy you can count on. So they're determined to play well for Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche is a pack the bus kind of manager and take advantage of set pieces. So we'll see. We're not very good at defending set pieces either. How many goals have we conceded from set pieces this year? So we'll see how it happens. But the real problems for Klopp will begin if we lose on Monday. He should pack up and make sure we don't lose.
Chelsea OD is a question here for you. It comes up. Chelsea. Question for OG. Do you feel Chelsea for a team of individuals, or can they get gel as a team? Sorry, gel as a team.
Well, I think we brought so many more. We brought like 2 teams of individuals. We
I
brought so
know.
many that it's like having a giant steak. You're gonna have a lot of fat on it. So a lot of people, some of the ones we brought recently, like Koulibaly even, and some of the people that consider themselves Chelsea vets, a lot of them are gonna get laid off and moved on in summer. And
Yeah.
what's left will be what I call a team. And hopefully it's the right guys left and they gel well and just trim the fat, get together. We might even buy 1 or 2 more players if we sell a lot of players. I could easily sell.
See that, guys. See that OG is just blowing off some steam now, man. Shut up already, man.
Just because you guys can't buy players, man. Hopefully, when they sell
Shut
you,
up
the longest
already.
selling history.
You remind me of a kid, the rich kid round the corner, riding his bicycle whilst everybody else is walking. Shut up.
It's electric scooter now. It's electric scooter. I'm just like,
But
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
something?
You're
You know something?
segwaying along the street. And you know what we'll do? Somebody's gonna kick your ass and collect that damn segway, man.
never that.
Because
You know something?
I mean,
Do you know something? So, because do you know something that? What do you think about? Quick question. What do you think of that whole Hakam Ziyech fiasco?
it was intentional, man. It was
That's
intentional.
funny because we put him in the Champions League. I was like, what? Why do you
It
put
was
him in the Champions League
intentional.
squad? And we played him as well. But honestly, he's
You
our best
look,
set piece taker.
those papers have the player's face on it. How the fuck could you miss the player's face after all these years? It was intentional, man. They didn't want him to go. It was intentional.
Yeah, there's no player that looks like him. They might have sent, I don't know, mouth
Exactly, it was
picture.
intentional. But you see, the thing is, I think Chelsea are gonna come good, and people should stop disparaging them because they are gonna come good in a big way very very soon. It could even be in a few weeks because
Well, we
they've
got
got the
West Ham, and
fundamentals.
they're pretty hard for us. They're our
They've
bogey
got the
team.
they've got the fundamentals sorted out. I mean, I'm very sure that the intention is to have a yard sale in the summer, and if we are lucky, we'll get Mount.
I knew
You
you could
know,
say that. He's gonna if he's for sale and you have a new owner, you'll make a marquee signing like that.
yeah,
But you
but
have to
we
move
don't
on
we don't
Jordan
want Mount.
Henderson.
Not for £300,000 a week. You guys are refusing to pay him £300,000 a week. Why would we want to pay that? Because it will wreck our dressing room, right? The only problem I
Salah.
can foresee for Chelsea is a problem in the dressing room, not a problem with ability. Because the footballers are always counting their monies, so
Always.
they're always looking over the shoulder and asking, how is this guy earning this and why am I not earning the same thing? That's just what it is. And with Mount, he sees himself as an academy boy who was putting sweat equity. And now that it's getting good, you guys have gone and bought all these supposed superstars. When I've been to the European Cup final, I've been to the World Cup quarterfinal, I've been to the World Cup semi-final. I think I'm as good as them, if not better than them, and I should be given the recognition I deserve. I think for the argument that he makes that he shouldn't be earning more than like £150,000 a week less than Raheem Sterling, I agree with him. Because I think as we speak now, he's a better player than Raheem Sterling. And if you're sitting in a dressing room looking at a player you think you are better than, and he's earning £600,000 a month more than you, that's not funny.
Facts.
And to an extent, that is what is going on in Liverpool. I keep saying this, and people are like, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure.
We're all looking at Salah.
The players who are playing with Mohamed Salah are not happy with the amount of money he's getting. It's simple. Footballers are like prostitutes. They know they have a shelf life, right?
And the agents to pimp.
Within the period for which they stand to earn money, they want to maximize their earnings. And you can't blame them because many of them end up not being able to pay the light bill 10 years after they're retired. There are several footballers who are so broke you wouldn't even know who they were.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories I see on Instagram. But look,
Yeah,
I gotta go, guys,
and
man.
some of them are even unrecognizable. I'm not gonna say
Such
that
as?
he is broke, but I'm sure you guys have seen Alan Brazil.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
now an anchor at Talksport.
yeah.
At a point in time, he was the golden boy of English football. He had flowing locks. Everybody and their mother wanted his autograph. He was playing for Manchester United, but you won't recognize him today. So football, let's have their transient period, and they want the best they can get. I don't blame Mason Mount for his problem with the Raheem Sterling signing. I don't blame him.
Yeah, we shouldn't have signed
You know-
Sterling. But on that
you
note,
know,
I
you
got a
got-
cap, man. I got a cap, man. My wife is calling me for time.
You ducking out, yeah?
Yeah,
You
man.
ducking
It's
out.
been a
Listen.
good hour, bruv. Always, man. Till the next time, Albert. Uncle, take care.
Take care with all your goodies, man.
I'll shout you tomorrow for the show tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, big up.
envy
Definitely,
you.
I'm done. Take care, man. You'll joke
Take
about.
care,
Right,
bro.
so let's get through some of these comments before we miss out of here. Hi Red Bird, hi Ravi, hello Egyptian King. You better make me laugh today. Egyptian King says, Chudon, you need to lay off them crap wife. Stop that. Jade Exley, big up Jade. That's coming from Egyptian King. King E smoking fried camel hump, stop that. Egyptian King. That's coming from Redbird. Hi Jade, that's coming from Ravi. Hi Redbird. Jade says, if you don't make me laugh, Egyptian King, I'll be complaining. It's funny actually, hi Aaron, that's coming from Thing. Come from Jade as well. Chudon Jones is built like a one skin Jada Smith, He's supposed to be going, isn't he? He's supposed to be going in the summer, I think. Jade.
Who's that?
What's his name? Curtis Jones. I think he's going in summer, I hope so, anyway.
Many of them should go, including Mo Salah.
Yeah.
I think Salah should go. It's an unpopular opinion, but I think he should go.
I will sell him, and if they sold him, to me, at the end of the day, you have to bring in an Mbappe or something like that, man. You have to bring in an Mbappe.
You see, I think that there are several players who can step up to Liverpool and play the part. I mean, I don't need. Look, we needed a striker. Why did we go and pay £85 million for Nunes when we could have bought Ivan Toney? See, Uncle Rodz, I keep telling you guys that there's a racket going on in English football, and why if I had a player to buy, if I had endless amount of resources, go buy a player. The first player I'm going to go buy is Ivan Toney.
Yeah, he's
that
good.
Guy came from Peterborough to the EPL in 3 seasons, and he is holding his own and playing like a son of a bitch. Why wouldn't I go for him? He's the right age. He's 25 years old. He's mature. He's big. He's strong. 6'4" strapping lad. Why wouldn't I go for him? Why did I go for this broomstick and a paintbrush handle who can fucking keep his shots on goal?
Yeah.
See, there's something going on, and sooner or later we're all gonna find out. I'm patient. We're all gonna work it out very soon. It's gonna happen.
I'm telling you. It answered this question from LSC Aaron. Do you think Potter will be given time? Yeah, I think he'll be given time. They can't get rid of him now.
It's only Klopp who shouldn't be given time.
Yeah, exactly. Football and Hairstyle says Dirk was a great player. Dirk Kuyt was a great player, but played too much out of position though. Hi Rods, hope you well. That's coming from Ant Dicko. Big up Ant Dicko. Southampton and Watford get an FA Cup. Ooh. Oh, that sounds interesting. Um, Harry Kane League Cup runners-up medal to City. Yeah, they could lose. I think City can stand to lose a lot of stuff. You know, they can stand to lose a lot of stuff if they really go down that road. Yeah, of stripping City of certain titles because thinking, oh, well, look, you've obtained those titles of in fraudulent means. You know what I mean? I think that then the City can lose a lot of titles. You know what I mean? And let me back down to the League Two where they was playing before.
Well,
You know what I mean?
they should go back where they came from.
Yeah,
They
it's
should.
true because
I don't feel. I have no pity for. Listen, I was really shocked when I found out that they were actually making more commercial revenue than Liverpool and Manchester United and Chelsea and Spurs. There's something wrong with that picture,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Imagine they've been able to sell their stadium, right? When we haven't been able to do it.
No,
Manchester United haven't been able to do it. Spurs haven't been able to do it. How does that happen? See,
it does.
like
That's
I
what it
told you, it's like a little kid wants a football team. His papa tells him, "Hey, you want Manchester United? Oh no, Manchester United is not available. Okay, Liverpool won't sell. Forget Spurs. Let's go for Manchester City. Yeah, we can do it. We spend $1 billion. We throw $1 billion down that drain, and we get something out of it. That's it. It's good if you can get it. I wish my dad was doing that, but when I was a
It's a
kid,
good point.
my dad told me not to envy anybody's anything. That's the only thing I got from him.
It's right though. It's right. But
Yeah, well,
LSER makes a good point there. We're all having a laugh about Man City, but if you deep it, we've been absolutely robbed of several league titles. Disgrace. That's fact. That is
I
facts.
absolutely agree with you, and that's why I want the titles back. There's nothing wrong. Hey, when Muhammad Ali threw his medal down the river in Lexington, so many years later, it was given back to him and he took it. I want the fucking medal back. I want the fucking trophy. I don't give a shit. 50 years down the line, when I'm no more, my great-grandchildren will know Liverpool won. They won't know the story. Nobody gives a crap about the story, man.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest today, if you've obtained all this stuff at the end of the day through fraudulent means and everything, to me at the end of the day, I don't think you should have it. I don't think you should have it at all. What do you
No,
think?
if you stole it, you shouldn't have it. That's all. I mean,
Mm,
there's nothing to discuss. If you stole it, you shouldn't have it. That's it. That's the story.
simple. You know what I mean? Simple. And lastly, and the last question in the day, what does Liverpool do to get out of the situation they are in now?
Okay, so let's look at this situation we're in. We can't score a goal to save our life. We can't defend to save our life. So something's got to change. Given that we cannot have any more players except we find unattached players, and there are only about 2 or 3 left on this planet. I think we need to change the formation. We need to change the formation. We need to add another person in the midfield. Adding another person in the midfield means we're going to play 4-4-2. Everybody started playing football with the 4-4-2. Let's go back to the basics. Add a 4th midfielder and depend upon the speed of Mohamed Salah and Darwin Núñez. If we can do that, we'll at least not concede goals, right? If we do that, we'll at least not concede. Because if we're still going to play with this shitty 4-4-3-3 thing, on Monday is going to be bad. There's no way we have a midfield that can contest Doucouré, Onana, and Idris Gueye physically. There's no way. That 18-year-old kid will be taken to the cleaners. He will be beaten down. So give me a second. Uncle Rodz. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. No, I'll just read out the rest of these things. This stuff here. No, he doesn't have a channel at the moment, Cat. He hasn't got a channel at the
Go on.
moment.
I'm cool. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that they just asked if you got a channel. Do you know what I mean? So I said, you ain't
Oh
got
no,
talent.
I don't. I prefer just to feature. I don't have the strength to manage a channel, man. I just feature when I'm needed. I'm good.
You got
So
poetry.
back to what I was saying, the Everton guys are gonna come up with a typical Sean Dyche thing, right? It's gonna
Yeah.
be a typical Sean Dyche thing where they're gonna come play in a low block and expect to thrive off set pieces. So one,
Yeah.
we should try not to give away set pieces, and if we are going to give away set pieces, we should be defending them. That's why I think that Nat Phillips should play, because you can't push Nat Phillips around.
No.
That's why I think that Joe Gomez should go and play fullback. And you see, we should do a Ben White on Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez should simply be transformed into a fullback, and Trent should be moved up to the midfield. I don't know what Klopp is not understanding. Trent can't defend. End of story. He can't defend.
No, it can't.
He can't defend means he can't defend. And if you keep insisting that he's going to play through it, every manager is going to target him. Every single manager is going to target him with a fast winger who is going to take him to the cleaners. So let him move up into the midfield where he was before you found him, right? Put him up there. That's all.
Will
all.
Pep leave City if this all goes down? What do you think?
He will jump like a rat leaving the Titanic. Of course he will jump. He's already said he will jump. So,
That's funny, that is,
he'll jump.
Big up David Hayden. We don't have the players to function that. I think he's talking about. We was talking about the 4-4-2. But I'm saying that we have. If you don't think we got the players to do that, I feel that then we got the players to play a 4-2-3-1. We definitely got the players to that, but he won't do it.
Let me tell you why we have the players to play a 4-4-2. With a 4-4-2, you can play a diamond formation, right? So if you want to play with a 4-4-2 diamond formation, you can play with Bacetic sitting. You can play Thiago and Keita on both sides of the diamond.
One second. Carry on. 1 second.
You can play Thiago and Keita on both sides of the diamond, and you can play this guy sitting just behind the two strikers. That's what we did when we beat Spurs. Gakpo sitting behind the two strikers. That's what we did when we beat Spurs. That's what we did when we beat Man City. So we can do it again. In terms of exploiting Everton, we exploit them through the middle. You need to get Salah and Nunes in whichever order, trying to get in through the middle. They will make mistakes. This whole year, we haven't even got a penalty. That should tell you guys that we don't do anything through the middle. We try to get in off of the flanks, and the ball is taken off. It's almost always Salah, and the ball is either taken off of him, and when he gets a chance, he just puts it into the Anfield Road or whatever it is, wherever he puts it. So I think we can we can actually play them through the middle, because their center backs are prone making little errors. That's how some of the teams got them. That's how they ended up 17th or wherever it is they are. And we have to play them through the middle. They have good defenders on the wings, so we need to play them through the middle. And even at this stage, with even the teams that we have that we are complaining about, Everton shouldn't be a problem for us.
Yeah,
Everton shouldn't be a problem for us, really. Because if Everton is a problem for us, then why are we even going to face Real Madrid? I mean, why don't we just give them a gimme, a mulligan? Let them just take them out. Why are we going to face Real Madrid if Everton is a problem? but their physicality is going to be a problem. The way round getting around the physical team is to get them to make fouls that is gonna hurt them. For example, commit their midfielders to getting yellow cards within the first 20 minutes. You will get one of them sent off. That's how to do it. Commit their center backs into making fouls in and around the box. We will capitalize on it. But if you keep putting the ball in the wings, the outer Hebrides of the park, how the hell are you going to get any traction on the inside? They have a very good goalkeeper. Their goalkeeper is the England goalkeeper. So you need to test him a few times before you can beat him. So if we keep giving the ball to Salah down the wings, Salah running down the wings, running out of the stadium upon the wings and going right into Anfield Road, into the chippy and buying sausage and chips, we ain't getting nowhere. We need to commit them to make mistakes that are going to give them a pause. And the one thing you cannot do is to concede a goal in the 5th minute, like we always do. You know, I don't know about Milner starting. I won't start Milner. I mean, Klopp starting Milner shows how desperate we are. So that's just the problem we have. That's just the problem we have. I don't think that James Milner is good enough to be starting. I think his cameo role should be maintained as what I don't want to call him an old man, but as a grandee of the team. He needs to come in when he's needed, and rarely, if so, start because there's an injury we couldn't deal with. But I don't think he should be starting because somebody is off form. That's a very dangerous path for us to tread on. You know, that's a dangerous path for us to tread on. Uncle Rodz, you there? Wow.
Right, I think I went. He must have gone still. Oh, he's still there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap up anyway. We're gonna wrap up. We're just gonna get through these last comments, and then we're gonna wrap up still. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Just have to go downstairs and do something quick. Albert, you're very knowledgeable on football. That's coming from Cat X, new subscriber. It's the Albert Show now. Yeah, Albert's my right hand man still, so he's my right hand man still, man.
Listen, I wanted to talk about something, right?
Yeah.
this Klopp and the journalist thing.
Mm.
I don't like James Pierce. I think he's an idiot. But
Yeah.
he's a Liverpool supporter.
Who? James Pierce? Yeah.
Yeah. He's been a Liverpool supporter for a very long time.
Mm.
I think the way Klopp treated him was wrong.
Yeah.
And because seeing that he actually didn't write the article that he was bitching about and it was Helen Reddy. If there
Okay.
was any falsehood in the article, he should challenge the article and
Yeah.
not refuse to answer questions. He's paid
Yeah.
£50 million to answer fucking questions. That's what he's paid the £50 million to do and to coach the team. If he won't do press conferences anymore, he should say so. But
Mm.
I've been warning that guy is running a dictatorship. And sooner or later, everybody's going to see what I've been talking about.
Mm.
This guy is going to be bad news for Liverpool sooner or later. We're all going to find out real soon.
I agree because not only did that, he did something to Aiden Anua as well.
Yeah,
Asked
that
him,
was horrible.
that
That
was
was
disrespectful. Asked
horrible.
him,
Oh,
yeah,
have you
disrespectful.
played football? Well, if you were doing
Yeah.
your homework, you would have known that the guy was a star.
Yeah, that was disrespectful. Do you know what I mean?
I
I
mean,
think some.
he's very lucky. Nedum is not like me. I would have blown him a crock of shit, right? Because he was a better footballer than you, Klopp.
Yeah.
He was an England international, so he was better than you. You didn't play for shit.
Yeah, he played for Mainz and some other team, didn't he?
Whatever.
You know what I mean?
Whatever.
But to me at the end of the day, that was bang out of all what you did to James Pierce the other day.
Like my brother is an Arsenal. My brother is an Arsenal supporter, and he can't get enough of me these days, man. He calls me and tells me Klopp has the coaching acumen of POP. Can you believe that? You know what POP is?
No.
Oh, POP is the stuff, plaster of Paris, the stuff that they put on your hand when you break it. See, that stuff is really stiff. Yeah. He says that Klopp has the coaching acumen of POP. And I'm like, hey, I can't talk because we've given you guys the chance. So I can't talk, man.
Well, you know what? I think you know what it is as well, right? I think he's letting it get to him now. You understand what I'm saying? He's letting it get to him. Before at the end of the day, Klopp at the end of the day never used to let situations like this get to him. He never used to
Yeah,
get
because everything was
He
hunky dory and they were giving him all the adulation. Klopp and his heavy metal football. Now he's playing fucking ragga football. Now is what he's playing. He's playing limbo football, bend over back football. That's what he's playing. He's playing Shabarangs football. Is what he's doing now. So he should stop fucking complaining, right? Because there's oh man, that guy messed up his career, man. What an artist.
Look at this, yeah. Look at this, right? Ferguson literally banned the BBC journals in the 90s because didn't like what they wrote.
And how long did he last after that?
No, and he wasn't he was the 90s and he done it again. He done it again in sort of like in the new millennium. He done it again because I think some journalists have said something about his son. He said something about his son.
Well, that's below the belt, right?
Yeah,
that's below the belt.
But the things about what they said about his son and the thing that it wasn't sort of like it wasn't horrible. It wasn't sort of like a real disrespect thing. You know what I'm saying? I can understand. All they said in the day, right? He's not very good at his job because he was with Peterborough at the time, yeah, and he wasn't doing well with Peterborough. So they must have said that he wasn't like to the effect that he's not doing too well at Peterborough. He's not very good. He's not a very good manager. Do you know what I mean? That everybody's allowed to have that criticism of a manager. Do you know what I mean? And I think from that he
I am agreeing with you. What I'm saying is that for Klopp, when everything was rosy and he was being given all the accolades, that was okay. But when you are given a little bit of criticism because you are playing like shit, Then you get angry and you start labeling people, start talking crap and nonsense. But your results are being seen on the pitch, right?
Yeah.
And this notion that, oh, if Klopp is not there anymore, who else? I mean, I find that shocking. This is a team that has been coached by Bob Paisley, Joe Fagan, Bill Shankly, Roy Evans. They all left at a point in time. So, assuming Touchwood, Klopp were to drop dead today, are we saying we don't have any? There's nobody on this planet who can coach Liverpool? What happened to Scaloni? For me, my pick of the bunch is Scaloni. The reason being, I saw a coach who played 6 matches, or is it 7 matches, and adapted to each opponent with a formation he needed to at least compete. That's all.
Where is he now? Where is he now? Where is he now? Where's Scaloni now?
He's back in Argentina.
I tell you who I like as well. That guy, that Spalletti.
Spalletti is fantastic.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Spalletti is fantastic. De Zerbi is fantastic. Tuchel is fantastic. I like Tuchel. I think Chelsea made a mistake getting rid of him.
Do you like Zidane? What do you feel of Zidane?
Absolutely. He's not. If Zidane comes to coach Liverpool, there'll be no prima donnas. There'll be no crap and nonsense, because the coach himself is a prima donna, right? The coach has done it all. He's won the World Cup. He's won the Champions League 1,000 times. He's won any league he's played. He's won. He's won the European Championship. And there's a guy who takes
three seasons in a row. Seasons in a row, he won the Champions League.
And this is a guy who takes a team that were considered more or less ordinary and takes them to win the World Cup. They beat almighty Brazil in the final. So, I mean, during the tournament, he actually got a red card and came back and still steered them to win the trophy. Scored twice in the World Cup final. So you can't do better than him. You can't blow him any rubbish, right? So that's a guy that you see in the dressing room and you're like, wow, this guy knows something I don't know. Okay? So the players respect him. There are lots of other coaches. And judging from what Klopp is doing right now, he may end up going down as bad as Roy Hodgson, because if he loses on Monday, we would have attained a nadir that we've never gone before. We have never lost 4 matches on the trot. Never. So and if he goes and loses by another 3-0, we would have conceded 12 goals and scored 1. You know, people talk about credit in the bank, but for the 9-0 smashing of Bournemouth, we would have had a goal difference of -3. And that credit in the bank that we had with the 9 goals is whittling down as fast as it possibly can. I mean, how can we have Brighton, Brentford, Fulham, all of them above us? Even in the bad old days, was that happening? We were like 5th. I mean, we're complaining. We were like 4th. We were 5th. Come on, man.
Do you remember that season and the day when we had 3 defenders that were out, literally out and defend that, and then we had to make a makeshift defense to defend that, and then obviously at the end of the day it's sort of like
and Lucas Leiva went to play defense.
Yes, I'm saying. No, this is like later on. This is like 2 seasons ago, and then Nat Phillips come in and we started to play through. Yeah,
Nat Phillips and Reece Williams.
Yeah, and in the end, that season we finished 3rd.
Yeah,
we finished 3rd. It's secret.
So we have no business. We have no business screwing up in the manner in which we're screwing up. We are actually 10th. Yeah. And guess what? By the time we play on Monday, if Aston Villa even have a point more, we'll be 11th. That's terrible.
Stop it, man. Stop it.
And people still talk about Klopp having credit in the bank. So if you have credit in the bank, do you fucking go and rob the bank? Or do you blow the bank down? This guy should get serious, man.
Listen, David Hayden says, why does anyone care about how Klopp speaks to journalists?
I'll tell you why, David. Because it's our image. Our image is very important. It's not only us, the lunatics that watch Liverpool, you know. Little kids watch Liverpool. You don't want your kids who watch Liverpool to see a manager behaving like a bear with a sore head. It's also not good for sponsorship, to attract sponsorship to the team. Can you imagine if a major sponsor sees a manager behaving like a little git, your manager behaving like Kim Il Sung? How do you attract sponsorship? You see, that's what he needs to be mindful of. But the long story short is that if you're good enough for the accolades, then you're good enough for the criticism. And what the guy was saying was simply that, what's going on with your team? You seem to start slowly. We've shed the first goal 17 times this season. I mean, how bad is that? How bad does it have to be for what's his face to get an assist? Adama Traore. How bad does it have to be for Adama Traore? Adama Traore, we thought, was you give him the ball just for him to boot the ball into Coventry from Wolverhampton, right? He actually had an assist. How bad do you have to be for Craig Dawson to score against you? You know the last
I
time
know,
Craig Dawson...
innit?
Sorry?
Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. How bad do you have to be for Craig Dawson? Craig Dawson scored a goal in the last century. When Craig Dawson scored a goal, Winston Churchill was Prime Minister. Give me a fucking break. Why? How do we keep sinking to such lows where we have our defenders twerking as if they were working in Bar X, right? Liverpool has become wide open. Like I said, like a roadside bordel. Just park your car, come with 20 pounds and you're in. I mean, that's just unacceptable and unthinkable. And we shouldn't accept it from anybody, from any manager. Whether the manager wants to tell us that he has credit in the bank or whatever. You see, Klopp is facing a conundrum right now. He wants to attract Bellingham. If we are playing like this, why would Bellingham want to come to Liverpool?
Yeah, man.
Why would you want to carry this load? And this is like carrying a load, man, on your head. If Liverpool are playing like this, why would you want to carry this load?
Yeah.
So what we are trying to say is that Klopp should back up his game. Because his game is, he ain't got no game now, man. He ain't got no game.
Yeah.
He doesn't have no game. Our defense is shit. I mean, how bad can it be for your defense to be shitty? Your midfield to be shittier than the defense, and the attack is shittier than the midfield. So you go to shittest, right? As you go up the path. That's just fucked up. and if you're a Liverpool supporter and you are used to the Liverpool that we know, we ain't got it like that. We don't have it like that. So he has to start winning some football games. He has to stop talking.
Welcome. We got another African brother in the house, you know, Uncle Albert. We got my man Tony from Nigeria.
Omo Naja.
Egbon báwo ni sir.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good, my brother. I'm good.
Albert, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Chief.
Yeah, thanks, man. Anfield Rodz, big ups to you. See here, guys.
Yeah,
I'm not a new person on this show. You know me. I come to my big uncle's place, Uncle Anfield Rodz place to, just chop it up with him and talk about football down here. So, this is the place to be when you want non-stop action about Liverpool, football, anything. Uncle Anfield Rodz does it best.
So how you been today, my friend?
Yeah, fine. Just had an Arsenal therapy because we don't want what happened against Everton to reoccur again. The rot should stop.
Damn! Oh my
the
God.
rot should stop. This Arsenal team should be winning this league title. We should be running away with it right now. Mostly after this FFP rules 100. Imagine Anfield Rodz. You're playing by the book. Every other person is playing by the book. Arsenal's playing by the book. Chelsea's playing by the book. And there's some people who are hell-bent on pushing and infiltrating Premier League football with lots of money from
Mm.
from wherever it's coming from, because money can come from anywhere. I'm not a racist, I'm not xenophobic, nothing, provided you follow the rules and regulations. So if Liverpool is playing by the book, Arsenal is playing by the book, Chelsea is playing by the book, and these guys are just here shipping in all these charges, 100
Hey,
Anfield Rods
hey,
and
Tony,
Alberts.
let me
Imagine
correct you. Liverpool,
100,
Liverpool ain't got no book.
100,
Tony,
100.
Liverpool ain't got no book, man. We ain't got no book. We ain't got no money, man.
No,
We
but
don't
think
have no
about
book,
it.
bro.
100. While we're out here suffering, while these guys are out here cooking the books, making money, buying lots of players in nothing less than 7, 8 years, they've transformed their club, turned it into the upper echelon of Premiership football. With all this money coming from different places. So, if other teams are playing by the book, this other team should play by the book. We all should have a level playing field, at least for other clubs to grow. And Man City, it's shown that these guys are not playing by the book. They should be getting any punishment they're getting right now.
Yeah,
I
fact.
totally agree with you, man. I was just saying that it's not good enough for a little kid to go tell daddy, daddy, I want to buy a football club. And daddy says, hey, what's available? Manchester United, no. Liverpool, no. Arsenal, no. Okay, Man City is available. Let's go buy Man City. Let me drop $1 billion. Go do whatever you want. Cover up anything you want to cover up. Come get sponsored. Hey, daddy got an airline. Okay, let's sponsor. Hey, what else? What else daddy got? Everything that, man, their house must be a beautiful house to live in, don't you think, Tony? Their house is better than living in Adeleke's house, right? They're
You just have
better
to
than
bring in
Davido,
Adele
right? Those
into
kids
it,
are better
right?
off than Davido, right? It's like, hey, daddy, can the airline sponsor the football team? It's like, good, there you go. Daddy,
There
can the
you
bank
go.
sponsor can the bank buy me the best player in the world? He said, there you go. I mean,
It's
what else?
true.
What else is
It's
new,
true.
man?
It's true. It's true. See, Liverpool have been on the tail of Manchester. Look at even that the league title they won, where Liverpool only one game all season, and you cannot
And
beat
that's
Man
it.
City.
Tony,
Why?
not to cost you, and that was by them. That was by them. Man City beat us that season. That's the only game we lost that season. Yeah, thus we're not winning the title, and they beat us. That's the only
And they
game.
beat. So
Yeah,
how is it a level playing ground, playing field for everyone? It's not. It's cheating. So these guys have to face the wrath of the law. If Juventus is having these problems, see, I see no reason why we should be respecting Manchester City right now.
But Juventus did go to the 4th division and they had to climb their way up, right?
So why can't they do
no,
this
Serie B,
for Man
Serie
City?
B. It was just Serie B. It was just Serie B. They just dropped down
Oh,
one
okay, it was
division.
B. But
Yeah,
Only one
you
division.
know,
one division.
in this case, the EFL teams are saying they don't want Man City. That's the funny thing. They're saying they don't want Man City.
Smash the likes, guys. Smash the likes. I've smashed the
they know
likes.
that if
Go and
Man
smash
City,
the likes for this show.
they know that if Man City come to EFL, they're going to take somebody's place up the promotion charts. They're going to be promoted like the next. So they say they don't want them. They're like, send them to non-league football. We don't want them. Nobody wants them. But yeah, if they're cheating, they need to pay the price. And like I was saying earlier, I want my fucking titles, man. I want my 3 titles. I want my titles, man. No shit.
We're shameless here. Mr.
Yeah.
Albert is
No,
shameless.
no shame at all.
Anfield
Bro.
Rodz
No
is
shame,
shameless.
no shame,
I'm
Omonaja, no
shameless.
shame.
These
I
guys
want my
need to pay.
titles now.
They need to pay.
Make
Give
they
them
go bring
their
out now.
titles.
Make they
Listen,
go bring this one. As somebody said, it's only a cup. We can retrieve it, no problem. We just go into the cupboard. Just go bring cup now. We just
Go
need
bring
a cup.
cup.
Yeah, go bring cup. They can keep the ribbons, right? We remove the ribbons and take the cup. That's all. It's not a big deal. It's just going into the
Anfield
trophy.
Rodz, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a proper Ghanaian brother.
I know.
Yeah, man.
I don't know him from anywhere, but he's a proper Ghanaian brother,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. You go into the trophy cabinet, get the key, take the cup, leave the ribbons. We
Leave
go
the
now.
ribbons
We
there.
know we have no problem with
It's true.
nobody.
It's true. They are cheating. No, but
Yeah.
think about it, Rod. Think about it.
Yeah.
100 charges. See, yeah, it's good and okay when
It's
all these clubs have just
115, bro. It's 115.
115.
It's 115, man. 115. And they are all listed in the Daily Mail. I'll send them to you in the WhatsApp. They are all listed in the Daily Mail.
Actually, the initial one was 100. The initial one was 100.
And
so
you know,
maybe now they've added more
there's
now.
2018 to 2023 coming.
Hey, oh my God.
Because issues have been raised with how they are paying Haaland. You know, they listed him.
Oh, yeah.
They listed him at 55 million pounds. And then they're giving him a certain salary because, one, they don't want to cause problems in the dressing room, but they are paying him through the back door. Haaland earns over £1 million a week.
Yes.
Through all kinds of other payments.
I've heard that. Yeah. I've heard that. I literally heard that.
That's also coming. So there's more titles for Liverpool, man. There's more titles.
Oh my
God. More titles, man.
Bro.
We'll take everything, including the community fucking shields. We are taking every fucking thing.
Take everything. Bring
everything.
Bring back us. Let me read out some of these comments to it quick still. You know what I mean?
Everything, guys. Everything.
I love when you get a good link up like this, man. Trust me. If that's what you think, nobody would sponsor a football club. Yeah, I suppose so. But you got to do it fair. Need a confidence boost. Wait for us. And we need. Yeah, that's Andico. We do need one. James Webber just cooked daps on Big Six. Hey, James Edmund and Redmond. He's wicked, you know. He's good. He is really good. On Big Six fans. These City fans are done out here. They are done. They are done now.
Oh my God! Is that Gomez twerking in that picture? Oh my God!
Oh no, innit? Fuck's sake! And Dico, amen to that. Better contact the press.
Arsenal get more fool. Arsenal come they get more fool.
I'm telling you, my brother, I'm winning the title this season.
I know it. Mr. Tom Izzy, I reckon Alisson is one of the players who is quite vocal in that dressing room, and there's so much he can do, and logically he's questioning the tactics, structure, and setup.
You know,
do you want to talk about that?
I was gonna address that because he put it out earlier. You know, I think that Klopp put the captain's armband on Alisson's arm because he seems to be the most level-headed person in that dressing room. He actually speaks like a leader, not that guy who runs around hoofing the ball from here to God knows where, and that's absolutely nothing but just claps and shouts.
Yeah,
we might just sell him to Arsenal. Add him to Jorginho, man.
Oh my God! You guys want to give us all your pensioners, but there's no problem.
Hendo and Jorginho in your midfield. Give me my Ghanaian back.
No matter the pensioners you guys give
me
to
Thomas
us.
Partey back, man. He's my boy. Give him to me. Give him back to me. You guys can have. We want
Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey belongs to us. He belongs to us. We love him in our football club.
Give him back to me. If we take him back to Liverpool, no woman will accuse him of rape. We'll give him more chicks.
Listen, you know what though? You know what they're saying that. You see that Mendy youth there? He bust 9 charges. You know, fair play to him though. Bust all of 9 charges.
The funny thing is, he was with Grealish, right? He was with Grealish.
Yeah. You see,
he was with
Grealish.
You see?
Oh, Grealish didn't rape me, but Mendy did. What a load of crap!
Crap. Can you
Fucking
imagine?
bollocks.
Who's
But you
fucking
know, on a
house do you
serious
think
note,
he
yeah,
was going to?
on a serious note, right? These people, and they have come out, yeah, and have accused Mendy of these horrific crimes, yeah. 9 charges he had from that, right? His life has been turmoil since since he had to fight these cases.
Yeah.
He said he's
Many
look.
people
He
said they
said
should
they,
scrap his contract.
yeah,
But
they, they said,
he can't play for Man City again.
yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. What do you think at the end of the day should happen to the people that accused him? Because obviously, that ain't
Exactly. There
bullshit.
should be consequences,
So
right?
so you can
Yeah,
sue them in civil court, but they don't have money to pay you, even if you win, right? You can sue them.
fuck.
The only other thing he can do is to sue the police. But suing the police, you know what it is, like running into a brick wall.
Yeah, facts.
So
Fact.
the best thing to do is for him to get compensation from Man City and just find another team.
Yeah, true.
We'll take him.
Yeah, I know. I would.
But
I
the
would.
Yeah,
but the
Um,
only way he can get
you,
compensation from Man City is unless they let him out of the contract. As far as I'm
yeah,
concerned, Man City did not cancel his contract. I'm not sure they
yeah.
canceled his
But the
contract.
thing
So
is,
there's no
they are
need for a
still paying him.
compensation if they believed in you. Yeah.
They are still paying
So
him
there's no
okay.
problem.
part of his wages. The
Yeah.
only problem
Um,
is that he actually can't play for Man City anymore
mm,
because of all the psychological issues and the fact that he's still in that same domicile. He's still in that same
Same
Manchester area.
situation, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
yeah.
he has to find another team.
Let me read this message out. Ravi says, you boys are great. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you.
Big ups,
We'll be
Ravi.
linking up again. We'll be linking up again, man. We'll be linking up again. I like
Big
this.
up,
I
Ravi.
like
Great
this
guy.
Big up,
guy.
That
Ravi. You're the man.
Ravi's a great
Ravi, I
guy.
like Ravi, you know. He's a nice guy, man.
Very nice
Seriously.
guy, Ravi. He
Yeah.
supports me on my show too. He's a big guy.
Yeah. Ravi
Hey,
says,
Tony,
big
I'm
up
going to come
Tony.
on your show, man, but you know I'm going to talk smack, right? I'm going to talk smack.
No problem.
No, you gotta come.
Arsenal,
Listen, you gotta get on his show.
Arsenal are they are like the little guys who suddenly
Little
became big
guys.
guys, and these
Uh,
days they show no respect, man.
Albert,
Arsenal guys are walking around
Albert,
with
we are no little
their
guys.
replica jerseys.
You
You guys
don't
didn't
want to
used to
take
wear
this
your
heat
replica
this
jerseys.
evening
You used
from
to
me.
keep it in your pocket, man. You always had to squash your replica jerseys
Albert,
and
you
put it
don't
in your
want to take
pocket.
this heat from me this evening, my brother. You don't need this heat.
Man,
Seriously,
Hold on.
you don't need this heat.
Hold on. Let me read this comment. Big up Tony. Question: Who are some of Arsenal fans panicking that Arsenal lost to Everton when you only had 2 losses all season and clear on points at the top? Yes, they're panicking, isn't they? But why are they panicking?
No, we're not panicking. We're not panicking.
No,
But
some
see,
are,
yeah,
some are,
yeah,
some are.
some fickle fans are. But see, this is the thing. Yeah, see, when we played against Tottenham Hotspur last season, somehow we bottled it last season when we were to get the top 4, and it just took one game. From one game to the other game, we were it came in as a losing streak. So some fans still have this PTSD, traumatic experience, from that and from years of hurt. But the thing there is that Arsenal we've galvanized our team. We've brought in new players, Gabriel Jesus, Zichenko. These are serial winners from their football clubs, and they've come into this club to put in that winning mentality. See, yeah, we've played nearly up to 20, I think now it should be 21 games, yeah. See, there'll be bumps along the way. Even the same Everton team drew against Manchester City. So what's the whole fuss about? They
but
took points from the
Tony,
champions themselves. So
you guys don't have to worry. You win the league. Don't worry. I mean,
Mm.
there's no competition.
it's not
The
as
thing
easy.
is,
It's not as easy as people
no,
say like that. Anyway,
listen. The truth is that there's no competition. The team is not last year's team. You have some mental toughness in the team. I'll give you one piece of advice: keep Thomas Partey healthy, and you guys are good. Because that boy is one hell of a player. You keep him healthy, and you're good. I mean,
You keep him healthy, yeah,
yeah,
good. But
keep
if
him
you don't
healthy.
keep him healthy, you are in a big problem, and that's the problem we're facing right now. Thomas Partey took a knock in the game against Manchester City. He hobbled off in the game
Well,
against
somebody
Everton
headed him in the ribs. I mean, that's not like that. Somebody headed him in the ribs, but
in
he's
the
fine now.
ribs.
He'll be fine.
But
He's
let's
a
see.
tough cookie, man. You'll be
He's a
fine.
tough guy. He's a tough
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, but of
It's
course the
just that, you
injuries.
know, back home, the way the boys train, that's not how the people train here. You are going to do some stretches and some things, do some ballet. That's not important. Let's just let them go play five-a-side. You'll be cool. That's, you know, they say
It's
our
true.
boys are 25. Some of them are 35. They are ready to play. Just let them go and play. He needs to play. He doesn't need all those training methods that kill their
True.
limbs. They are ready to
True.
play, man. They come from afar. They are ready to go. Just let them go
True.
play. You know.
True.
So
Was
he'll
it,
be fine. He'll be fine. Yeah.
I got,
Tell Tamizi I'll answer him in a second. Christian Atsu was a good player. Unfortunately, his surgeon into places like Newcastle spoiled him because he was an inverted winger, so to speak, and he ended up being a wing back. Same thing happened with Kojo Asamoah. I mean, sometimes for the sake of how much money they earn a week, they get messed up. Somebody like Thomas Partey is playing exactly where he needs to play. Who else? Somebody like Victor Osimhen is playing exactly where he needs to play.
Where he needs to play.
There are some others. The guy who played, the Nigerian guy who plays for
Napoli.
That's
Oh, he's
Osimhen. No,
heavy.
this other guy
That's
plays for
Osimhen.
Villarreal. He's an inverted winger as well.
Danjuma.
If they are playing where they need to play, they'll be
They
fine.
need to play. Yeah.
This guy,
mind you, Danjuma just got a big
messed up.
transfer to Tottenham Hotspur. So
yeah, Achu was messed up. Achu was messed up. Unfortunately, he's become a bit part player, but he was a really good player because in the 2015 African Cup of Nations, he won the best player. At the time, he was just a little kid. So, you know, he could have done better. But sometimes it's also in the agent that you have. Chelsea bought him right there and then. Chelsea was not the team he should have gone to. He should have gone to a lesser team. He should have gone to somewhere in France, maybe, or Belgium, or somewhere to hone his craft and then come back in. The Premier League is a hot place to come if you're a little kid. And if you are coming up, I mean, when he came, he was competing for places with who? He was competing for places with wingers in Chelsea. You don't get past those easily unless you are immensely talented. So yeah, he got messed up. He got to Newcastle, and you know how they play in Newcastle. Newcastle plays like what do you call it? A bus going from Shoreditch to what do you call it? To Battersea. It's a straight line. So they just play same thing, and that's it. They don't change anything. They messed him up. Put him on the wing as a wing back. And they messed him up. But I hope he's better. I hope he can still play because from the picture I saw wasn't too good. I hope he doesn't have to retire if he gets better. But who knows what happens? I wish him well.
I want to seize this chance
I've asked you this question, haven't I? I've asked you this, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yes. You've asked that question.
So
I want to seize this chance to send my condolences to Achu and his family. Brought out from the rubble. Anfield Rodz and Uncle Albert. This guy was actually in the rubble, and people were hearing his voice, hearing
26
him shout.
hours, man. 26
exactly. People
hours.
were hearing him shout. His voice was up.
He's a Ghanaian, isn't he? He's a Ghanaian, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's Ghanaian.
It's Ghanaian, yeah. So his voice was very high and people were hearing him. So they had to go there and help dig him out from that
Yeah,
place. So, and there's someone that's graced the league, before for us, and it's an African brother.
yeah,
My condolences to him. He came out alive. That's the most important thing. While there's
yes.
life, there's hope. He can get to heal up. So heal up, my brother. Heal up.
Um, I think this is your friend, isn't it? Is this your friend?
Yeah, Kwesi, yeah.
Because we
Kwesi, yeah,
well,
Kwesi.
that's the one I was talking to the other night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that the one I was talking to the other night?
Ashanti, the Ashanti brothers are around,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
That's
Ashanti
Kwesi.
brothers are in
Kwesi.
the house.
Yeah, man. He should have come to LSC instead
That's
of
true. He
Chelsea.
should have come to Liverpool. He would have done a
Bloody
lot better if he had come to
destroyed him.
Liverpool.
Yeah. Listen, is this the guy that was on the Sunday show, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes, yes, he
Yeah,
has his own channel.
yeah. Listen, I need to get I need to get his number from you, Tony. Yeah. So like, I'll chat to you
no,
after the show. Yeah.
I don't have his number. I don't know Kwesi, but I think he's a friend to Albert because he's Ashanti, so of
Yeah,
course he's a friend
I'll
to him.
link him up to you. I'll link him up to you. Don't worry.
Okay,
Yeah, man.
good,
Link him up
good,
to me still. I'll bring him in.
Mhm.
Bring him in. Bring him in.
good.
Who was the guy the other night? Who was the guy the other night, my friend? The other Arsenal guy that was chatting to, was reasoning with.
One Touch TV. You have to talk to him on
Yeah, I'm gonna
Instagram.
talk to him.
Mm.
I'm gonna talk
Okay.
to him.
He's already
He's on
following you.
Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, he's already following you.
Right, I'm
I'll
gonna
make
talk to him. I'm
sure.
gonna chat to him. He's a
Yeah.
nice guy. Massive respect to these people helping out in Turkey and Syria. Be brave for people to do that. Yeah, it's so brave for people to do that. Yes, because we were saying on earlier on I was saying about look that football is football, but it's things at the end of the day that is bigger than football. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we sending out sort of like obviously our blessings to all the people at the day in Turkey, Syria, and Lebanon. Do you know what I mean? Because that was a bad disaster, that happened. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea OG, and obviously Uncle Albert touched on that. So, do you want to say a couple of words about that situation?
Yeah. Can you imagine going in there knowing that it could happen again? Because there was another earthquake this morning. There was
Yeah,
another one. There was an aftershock this morning that registered like five point something. I mean, man, my hat's off to all those guys who just go out there, no fear, getting people out, and thanks to all those who got Achu out. And Christian Achu is a unique individual. He supports prisons. He supports orphanages. He actually has 2 orphanages in Ghana. He goes out every time he comes to Ghana. He hangs out with prisoners. Instead of being at the nightclubs, he's always doing
Yeah.
charity work. He's always doing charity work, and it's amazing how God delivers us from some of these things if you have that kind of heart. I am not saying for a moment that those who have lost their lives don't know God. Oftentimes we come out and we say, "Oh, thank God I'm out." Well, some people didn't make it out. It's not that they didn't have God. So let's uh, um, reach out to everybody because apparently some of the Turkish footballers have lost relatives. So we
True.
reach
yeah,
out to So we reach out to everybody. Our condolences go out to everybody. This
Yeah.
shouldn't happen, and sometimes it puts in perspective what some of our young men have to do to make a living.
Hmm.
You should know the village that Achu comes from. Very, 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 very poor village. He and his twin sister made it out by grace. And sometimes somehow God brings you to a point in life. He's come to England. He's married an English woman. He's doing relatively well, but he spread his income back home among his family. Like I said, he has 2 orphanages. He does prisons. He does all kinds of charity work, and I wish him well. I so want him to step back out onto the field and kick a football again. That's my wish for him, man. And
Yeah.
my condolences to all those who have lost their lives and their families.
Thank you
Anything
for
to
that
add to that?
speech, brother Albert.
Anything to add to that? Tony. Anything to add to
No, no,
that?
no. I've already sent my condolences. To Achu and his family. Very class act when he was here in England. Nice, super nice guy. Very approachable person. He's that kind of guy that when you meet up with him, he leaves you with a smile. And of course, when you hear about his charity work that he does back home in Ghana, amazing. This, don't get it twisted. This was a very skillful player, but again, when you're in the Premier League, you're swimming in the sharks with the big boys.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, when you go to Chelsea Football Club and you see the type of wingers, it was actually experimenting and trying to get into that team. It wasn't that easy. Shipped out to Newcastle, got that money moved to Newcastle. It couldn't still cut it, but yet. His charity work he's been doing back home, it's something that's very, very something that is very, very good. Mostly from Ghanaian brothers down there. See, I know lots of Ghanaian brothers. Most of them don't even care about doing things back home. So when you see a brother who is a star playing football, and he remembers back home, tries to help the people back home. As you can hear from our big brother here, Albert, built orphanages down there, helping the local people. And now look at what has happened to him, and people have been showing him support. I was in some blogs and people were just like talking about Atsu and praying for this guy, and
Mm.
trust me, he's not really like this big, totally a big star. Even when he was in England here, it was, of course, just a mid-range kind of player. But to get that kind of reception, from lots of people, kudos to him. And thank God for sparing his life today. I heard that he was shouting and screaming from the rubble, deep down from the rubble. Do you know what it means, Uncle Rod, for you to be under the rubble, totally
Mm.
dark, nothing is like there is no atom of help anywhere that you could actually smell help from anywhere. But for this guy
Yes,
to
yes.
just keep shouting
For
and
26 hours.
for 26 hours,
26
and people
hours.
came in. God
Can you
bless those
imagine?
people. God bless their families, and
We've
and and
we've
and
we've we've been here for two. We've been here for only 2 hours.
and of course you might feel tired. Me, I'm just
No,
finishing a show
we're
from
good,
my.
but I'm saying 26 hours in an enclosed space. I I I I I can imagine what he's been through. I don't know how he gets off this not being claustrophobic for the rest of his life. How does he even
Yeah.
enter? How does he even enter another building?
Mm.
How does he
But,
not
but,
want to live in a park, in a tent, in a
but you
park
know
all
what
the
it is?
rest of his life?
Do you know what it is? Do
Right?
you know what it is? Do you know what it is with Christian Atu? I've always thinking in the day, right? The things you do in life and for that always comes back around. The wheel always turns first, full circle. Sorry, the wheel always turns full circle. Now, I do believe in that because he's such a good guy and he's done what he's done in life. You know what I mean? And he hasn't forgot his community. Do you know what I mean? Even how big he's become, he hasn't forgot his
Yeah, I agree.
community. He built orphanages and prisons and done this stuff with prisons and all sorts. He's done all these good works in his community. I think for that now, God was watching down on him. God was watching down on him and said, you know what, I'm gonna spare your life. Do you
Yeah.
understand
He
what I'm saying? And,
tumbled 9 floors. 9 floors. He was on the ninth floor of the building, tumbled
yeah.
9 floors to the rubble. And I mean, when we talk about a concrete building, because I'm a civil engineer, that
Mm.
comes with iron rods, that comes
Hmm.
with pipes, that comes with all kinds of stuff. Nothing went through him. He wasn't turned into shish kebab or anything. He's a very lucky man. And you can imagine what it feels like to fall 9 floors through concrete rubble and whatever, maybe even other people, and being there for 26 hours and being found by dogs. I mean, that's just, like I said, how does this guy come out of this and not want to buy a tent and live in a park? Because I know.
That's a funny one. I'm sorry, it's a serious
Listen,
situation, but
No,
that
it's
was a
serious,
funny.
man. It's serious. Listen,
That's a funny
how
one.
do you think a guy like that would even be able to enter a building and enter a lift, an elevator? You
No.
think it's not going to be easy, and his rehabilitation should not be taken for granted. It shouldn't only be the hospital stuff.
Mhm.
They should find the time to give him the counseling he needs, because you talked about PTSD. This is archetypal PTSD. I mean, people go to war, come back, hear explosions, and are never the same. How about this one? I mean, we have to pray for him. Only God can heal him mentally, physically, spiritually, everything. And I wish him all the best. I wish him all the best.
Yeah,
I know some people who know him, so I'll try and get him. If he gets better, I'll try and see if I can get him and bring him on your show. He's a
Oh,
very nice guy.
Oh,
listen,
He's a
that'll be
very,
great.
very nice guy.
listen. If Uncle, but if you can do that, that'll be great.
Yeah,
That'll
if
be
he
great.
gets
If you
better,
That'll
can
be
do
great.
that.
I know a lot of people who know him. So
Yeah.
Good.
you know, I'll see what I can do. But he's a really, really, really cool guy. If you meet
Yes.
him, he's the most humble guy you can ever come across. You wouldn't
Yeah.
know that that guy is a football superstar. He's just a
Oh,
really cool guy.
very
Like I
humble.
said,
Love that
I
guy.
even forgot to tell you he supports Crime Stoppers in Ghana. He
Oh.
does so many things on the quiet, and
Mhm.
you know, this had to happen to him for people to start bringing out what he actually does,
What he
and
actually does.
it's so refreshing that he's
Yeah.
not one of these guys who is excuse me to say, either assaulting a policeman or, you know, jumping through the x-ray machines at an airport, or doing something stupid like that to be, you know, trashing up a hotel room or something. He's a really, really humble guy, really cool guy, and I wish him all the best. And actually, for the sake of his kids, because he has 3 little kids, if anything had happened to him, who would have taken care of them? You know, that's really
Yeah.
sad.
The Liverpool 12 man says, big up to my fellow Reds in the chat, and big up to Anfield Uncle Rodz and Uncle Albert. You never walk alone.
Yeah,
Um,
Liverpool 12 man. I've told him that on Monday, if we lose to Everton, he's leaving the Club Defense League. I'm taking him out of the KDL.
Tom Izzy, what a good Red. Tom Izzy. I think that Tom. This is a question to Tom Izzy. What's a good Red? How's your game go? How's your game go? I asked in another stream, but maybe you didn't see the post. The Ashanti brother, the Ashanti brother. Is he? Hey, Uncle Albert, is he a Comanche?
Sorry?
Is he a Comanche?
No,
Comanche.
the Gamanche is down south, man. The Ashantis are in the middle belt.
You know what it is? I used to work with this Ghanaian guy.
Yeah.
And my mom's last name is Kwazi, and like
Okay.
when our ancestors was from Ghana.
Okay.
Our ancestors from Ghana, right? So
Okay.
he used to call me a Comanche. He goes,
Oh,
"Good morning, Comanche."
Gamanche means the king of Accra.
King. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it.
The Gamanche
He's
means
good.
the king of Accra.
Yeah, that's the one.
The native name for Accra is Gan. So
Yes,
it means you are the king. You are the king of Accra.
yeah, that's what he's saying. He goes, "I bless you, Comanche. I bless you."
Yeah. Gamanche means the king of Accra. You are the chief of Accra. You know what Kwesi just put there about dust in the lungs? Cement has a calcium carbonate base and it's poisonous. The clinker is
Yeah.
poisonous. So
Yeah.
if that has gone into his lungs, he's going to have breathing problems for the rest of his life. And
Yeah,
I'll tell you something that happened to me. I got COVID, right? At the time when COVID didn't have, there was no vaccine. I got it really early, and it nearly killed me. And
Wow.
ever since then, I've had issues with breathing. Like ever since then, because luckily for me, it went into one lung, but it didn't go into the other one. That's why I survived. So he's going to have issues. Yeah, Kwesi, you are right. He's going to have issues with cement. Is the most poison, one of the most poisonous things you can be breathing. And if he has been within that thing for 26 hours, man, he was born to survive. That Negro was born
It
to
was
survive. That's
exactly. He
just
was
what he
born
was.
to survive.
He's one hell of a.
God was looking down him.
He's one hell of a. He's one hell of a hard guy.
God was looking down at him still.
Yeah. There's somebody up
12,
there, man.
Liverpool 12 man said, "What's up?" Just like Klopp told Darwin Nunes, concentrate and most of the on all your breaths and those sitters, the goals will come. Pause. Tom Himsey.
Why doesn't he go do it himself?
Did it? He's in California. I'm in California, so I know what UNC Albert is talking about. Oh yeah.
But again, the disrespect on Nunes' name. This guy just came to the league. Give this guy time.
It's to be
See,
it's to
like
be
I don't know,
expected.
like the I don't know, man. I don't know.
But you see, Tony, the
Why
problem.
our fan base is so fickle? Like, so
Tony,
just give this guys time
the problem for
to breathe.
Nunes, the problem with Nunes is his price tag, and the adulation he came with, and the fact that we were told that they were gonna solve all the problems after Mane left. You see, the Liverpool support base were caught off guard by Mane's exit, and many of us haven't taken it kindly because many of us knew that he was the best player in the team. They tried to hide the fact that he left because of money. It's something that they want to cover, that he left because he was asking for the same wages that Salah was getting. Now, here is one of the reasons why Mane was doing that. We as Africans have recognized him as the best African player. Salah is second. On 2 occasions, Salah has been second. On 2 occasions, Senegal has bested Egypt in the Africa Cup final and in the qualification for the World Cup. So it's difficult for him to go and play the same team as Salah and accept hundreds of thousands of pounds a week wages less. And the Liverpool hierarchy should have understood that, because in the end, it has cost us tenfold what it would have cost us to simply have kept him and paid him. Because we've bought Diaz, we've bought Nunes, we've
spent money on Cody Gakpo.
We've spent money on the wrong Ghanaian, right? When we could have gone and bought Kudus. And actually, incidentally, Gakpo's father and Achu come from the same place. They come from the same part of Ghana.
From the same, okay.
Yeah, they come from the same eastern part of Ghana. So it's that's what happened. They should
but again,
have addressed...
I wouldn't say Gakpo is the wrong guy. Anyway, he just came to the league.
You see,
I think we've sort of forgotten that this is the best league in the world. These players need time to adapt.
You realize that one player can do very well in one team and not do so well in another team, right? I can give you an example that you will understand. Thierry Henry, right, was virtually bundled out of Juventus. What did he come and do at Arsenal? He became the world's best player at Arsenal. So,
but not in the first season. He had time to adapt.
I am not one of the people who is saying that they won't do better. The problem with teams like Liverpool is that we don't appreciate where we are. I'm sure you will understand that. We are not happy where we are. So
True. That's fact.
that's the problem.
That's the thing.
I have given up. I have given up this season. The only thing that I ask for now is that Everton and Manchester United don't come and beat us at Anfield. That's all.
Right. Man.
If we win against those two, I'll take anything. Because we are not getting past Real Madrid. I've accepted that. That's okay.
Well, I do think the problem right now is Klopp. I'm sorry to say, I like Klopp as a person, but I think he has a case to answer. Klopp has a
he
case
doesn't
to
want to
answer
answer it,
in
right?
this. The way he's setting up the team, you don't have the personnel to play the same way that you've been playing to win games. The team clearly lacks leaders right now. The defense is in a shambles in the absence of your best defender who has shouldered you guys, through the seasons, and he's not there. And you have Gomez twerking around, can't even defend. It's shocking. The midfield, horrible. It's a horror show down there. You guys still have problems with all this Milner and all these old guys down there. Thiago is still injured. There's a so-called guy you brought from Juventus called Lucas. This guy hasn't even kicked football for you guys at all. Cody Gapco is still in his adapting stage. Nunes, is having his own horrible time this season. And even apart from that, the fans are not even being the 12th man for this guy right now. And again, Klopp is very, very stubborn. Playing that same attacking football that gave you glory when you don't have the personnel to actually play that. You don't have Mane again. No one is there to press again.
I'm very
Tony,
quiet. I'm very quiet.
One second.
Sorry.
1 second. Give me 1 second. That's what I said about like personnel stuff and thing, right? There's no point in playing a formation at the end of the day, right? Formation, if you haven't got the personnel to play that formation. Trust me when I say this. If Klopp changes to a 4-2-3-1, you will see a different Liverpool. You will see a different Darwin Núñez. You will see a different Gapper. You will see a different Keita. You'll see a different defense. You'll see the massive difference if he only change sort of like the formation. Because even when I'm doing my formation at the day, like my formation, and I'm doing my predictive lineup and everything that, right, and I'm doing it. When I've got a 4-3, got a 4-3-3, yeah. You'll see how high that high line is. You see how high it is, yeah. When you switch to a 4-4-2 and everything that, it immediately goes back about 20 yards. So then at the end of the day, your defense has got to cover. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you got like one defending in the day, right, and one holding, and obviously holding and playmaking. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna spread it from here, there, and everywhere. Do you know what I mean? But most of all, he's gonna hold on to the ball and try and conduct the orchestra. Do you understand what I'm saying? Klopp hasn't got the players at the day, right, to play the 4-3-3. You know why I know that? Because he's playing players at the day out of position. Literally playing players out of position. He's playing Harvey Elliott as left wide. Do you know what I mean? Left wide and everything that, right? When Carvalho does grace the field, he plays him on the left as well. Very seldom at the day that he will play sort of like Elliott on like a right wing. He consistent, obviously playing Salah all the time. Do you know what I mean? So what is with Klopp and there's some negligence going on with that squad. Blatant negligence at the day that people like myself, people like you, people like Albert, and like everybody can see the negligence in that negligence. Remember something. We only see the team at the day for 90 minutes. That's when we only see the team for 90 minutes. These guys at Liverpool, like Klopp, Pep Linders, Vita Manoli, I think his name is. These guys at the day, right, see the team days onto days onto days onto hours. They see it more times. So if they see the team at the end of the day, right, more times at the day than what we do, how comes at the end of the day, right, we're playing like this? We're playing so predictable and for that sort of like Wolves and your Brighton and for that can literally play through our press.
Oh,
they can literally play through our press. you know what I mean? If you saw the goal the other day, right? It was like it was Gomez lost the ball. No. Brashetic lost the ball. Then Gomez lost the ball, and then at the end of the day, it was one pass down to sort of like Traore, and Traore at the end of the day is probably one of the shittest players on the pitch. Yeah, Traore got the ball, he ran, squared in, and I think that right. And Naves, defensive midfielder, mind you, Naves got the ball, and he literally ran through the both of them. He literally ran through Gomez and Matip. Allison had no cover at all, and he just slotted in for the third goal.
Totally exposed in that
He was exposed, man.
In that
He was
game,
he was exposed,
he
and
was exposed.
all
Left
Navis
to
done
dry.
it from that. Yeah, left. Yeah, all
I
Navis did
told
it
you,
and poked in.
Rodz, I told you that Liverpool, the best description for Liverpool is a wayside brothel. If you have your 20 pounds, park your car and come in. That's all he said. And to Kwesi's point, Mane left for other reasons other than money. But this was also one of them. Why must he have that kind of, and the Liverpool training is only in the rumor mill, but apparently it's like a death match. It's like it's like the baton death match, right? So why must he be doing that when he knows that he's approaching a certain point in his career where injuries will become you know, the norm for him if he's not careful. Notice the drop off with Salah. Salah doesn't want to get injured either. So if you're going to maintain that this is how you want to play the so-called heavy metal football, then you're going to have to play with players who are younger. There's no way that you can play heavy metal football and a high line with Van Dijk, who has had an ACL injury. Have you seen the size of the scars on Van Dijk's knee? Just Google it, you see it, right?
Yeah.
And even a 23-year-old who is hamstring prone. So the issue at stake is that Klopp should adapt. The 3 times, like I said, the 3 times that we played with a 4-4-2 formation, a diamond formation, we've won the match. That was Spurs, that was Man City, and that was against Napoli at home. So what is it he's not seeing? And as for this business of playing Elliot anywhere and everywhere but the goalpost, he's going to destroy him too. Because the more criticism Elliot gets that he shouldn't be starting, right? He's destroying him. Elliot is a direct substitute for Salah. That's the position he should be played at, period.
But again, I also think that there's also non-footballing reasons that's also the problem with Liverpool Football Club this season. Mind you guys have gone from injury to injury this season in the middle of the park. The middle of the park has been an injury after injury this season, and that's distorted your gameplay this season. But move away from that, at the towards the start of this season, and getting into the middle of the season, it was said that Liverpool had a war chest. I'll repeat it again. Liverpool had a war chest. When they're saying a war chest, you guys have money in the bank. Now see, if Liverpool had up to nearly 250 million pounds to spend on players, why wasn't this so-called war chest spent on buying players in that midfield? Because if you want to play a rock star kind of football, you need the players, you need the personnel to actually help you play that rock star football. Good and okay, you're buying forward players, but what about the middle of the park? Thiago, who's the leader of your midfield, is always down with injuries. Why not get a replacement every time? And every time this guy, Klopp, is in the post game or pre game conference duties, this guy's out. The press are always asking him, "You need midfielders," but he somehow dribbles his way through this stuff. We don't need midfielders. The next day, we need midfielders. And it keeps dilly-dallying. So
Shit shows. Tony,
it's a shit show.
In your answer, like you were a Liverpool supporter. So
You know what I mean? You know,
No. I just love football.
in the life,
no,
in
that's
the
what I'm
life
saying.
before this one,
Don't
you
go
were a
right like
Liverpool
that.
supporter. So I don't need to add anything to what you're saying. You see, Klopp wanted Tchouaméni by any means necessary. Tchouaméni won't come to Liverpool because I'm sure he'd heard stuff. Plus, he wanted to go to Real Madrid, so he's going to Real Madrid. So because he didn't get Tchouaméni, he didn't buy any midfielder. Then when he realized, remember last year towards the end of the window, this guy got Henderson got a bad hamstring. So
Yeah.
that's what forced him to go and get Yellow Mellow. And he went to get Yellow Mellow, and the rest of the story is history. Now, if you look at Klopp, he has this habit. I want this player. Okay, so if I don't get this player, I'm either willing to wait or I won't get any other person. So, like I often say, I want to marry Serena Williams. Serena Williams doesn't like me because I ain't got no money for Serena Williams. She goes to marry somebody else, so I become a bloody wanker for the rest of my life. When there are other women who will fit my size, because for the 125 million that he has been given from summer till now, he could have bought the Thuram brothers. He could have bought Azzedine Ounahi. He could have bought Jorginho, right? But he could have
Amrabat.
bought
Amrabat. What about progressive players? Amrabat.
He could have Amrabat was available for 4 million
These guys are available.
pounds to loan.
But go bring in, these guys.
That guy has made up his mind that he wants Bellingham by any means necessary. So he's gonna basically put all his eggs in the Bellingham basket.
That basket. So what about McAllister? McAllister can make this Liverpool team.
Tell me about McAllister.
He can. And while all these other big clubs are pillaging,
there are others, man. There's João Gomez, there's Mateus Nunes. There are all kinds of players he could have gotten, but no, he's waiting. So if Bellingham doesn't come, what happens? And the added question is, can Bellingham alone solve Liverpool's problem? No.
Because
there's a kid in a Ghanaian boy who plays for RC Lons. He's called Abdul Salis Samed. He is a fantastic player. There's Kefren Turam. I saw Kefren Turam playing yesterday Nice against Marseille. He virtually ran the whole park. Kefren Turam. And that
but again, there's a big problem with all these guys coming from.
Inches. He's a big, strapping lad. You can't get anything past him.
Albert. You have to take a chill pill when it comes to all these players that play in all this French league and all these leagues. You have to be very careful, mostly with the expectation you pour on them. We've seen all this type of players come into the Premier League and they're stunned and startled by how the Premier League is being run and how they play down here. A typical example is Pepe destroyed the league when he was playing for Lille, OSC Lille. Completely destroyed that league. Coming down to Arsenal, this guy can't even kick football again. So we have to. And mind you, Thuram hasn't even played up to the level at which Pepe was at the time he came into Arsenal. This guy was topping chart. He was the highest goal scorer, of course, in Ligue 1 down there in France. And coming to Arsenal, totally useless player. We had to ship him out to Nice on loan to go play there. He started scoring down there again. So what does that show you? It shows you that that's the famous league. Wow, this Premiership that we're in is for the big boys. You have to be a top dog. You have to come in and swim with the sharks and with the whales, of the football world. See, the biggest people that I wanted to see Liverpool go for. See, when a football club like Brighton Football Club is being pillaged by all these guys in the big, in the league, why wasn't Liverpool in for Caicedo? I want to ask yourself that question, Master Albert. Why weren't they in for Caicedo? Caicedo was just 80 million, and you guys have a war chest of about 250 million pounds. Why wasn't Liverpool in there? Why wasn't Liverpool there for McAllister? These guys are the guys that could come into Liverpool and change the whole thing for you guys.
Let me
Just
let me
two
butt
in
in.
the middle of that park, and it's over.
Let me butt in quick. Let me butt in quick because I'll have to wrap this up. Wrap this up quick. Because I have to wrap this up quick. What we need to do this again. We need to do this again.
Yeah,
We
it's
need
a
to.
honor being with Albert
No,
also.
we did. No, seriously, we need to do this again. And I think that. And then you see that guy that was on your show the other day. I was rising with.
Yeah, yeah,
The
sure.
Arsenal guy. Bring him on as well. Yeah.
But
We'll
the
do a
guy is
top up.
always very busy. You have to send him a message. I'll talk to him as backup.
Oh well, I definitely will. What it is at the end of the day, right? Just the last thing I want to say this because I have to wrap it up.
Hmm.
What I was saying that in relation to the 250 million pounds that we suppose we had to spend,
War
yeah,
chest.
this war chest, yeah, you're gonna say war chest, which is true. The only problem with that, Tony, is that we was told that over 4 seasons. Every season and day was like, we're gonna have 250 million to spend. We have 250 million. When the chance win to come up, we're gonna have 250 million to spend. There's a season and day where we never bought anybody, and I think you bought Pepe that season. You got Pepe that season, yeah. And we was told that day when summer comes in, we're gonna have 250 million. So we always told that. So to me, at the day, it's a sham. It's like a red herring. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got 250 and then day to spend, and they were, you should be spending it. It should be no excuses. You should be spending it, right? The problem is the other problem is that day is with Klopp and then day, right? Although he can get 250 minutes to spend, right? Is he going to identify the proper players that we need? You know what I mean? Or is he going to put all his eggs in one basket and buy this player? So that you buy a player and they for 120 million and 120 million, and then he'll come and tell us at the day, right? When he's bought this player for 120 million, he'll come and tell us, well, I can't buy anybody else because we ain't got no money. We just spent 120 million on this player. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? The real thing
Yeah.
is at the day is this: is identifying players at the day that you can say, like, if I got 120 million, I can go out and buy 4 players at the day, right? That are quality with
That would
120
change the
million.
team, right?
That would change the team in the field, not just one player. Because the thing is about it, even the summer just gone and everything that right. All I heard at the day was about Tuchemeni. I didn't hear about anything else but Tuchemeni. And I think to myself, well, look, you can't expect to go out and just buy Tuchemeni and thinking that they will look and then everything can be cool. Do you know what I mean? It's not. Do you know what I mean? You need to add on there, and that's what people like. That's what people like. Your Arsenal's done it. Your Chelsea's done it. Your Man City's done it. No, yeah, Man City's done it. Well, Man City is questionable, but they've done it. You know what I mean?
See,
They've done it.
Uncle Rodz, there is a
Yeah,
simple arithmetic maxim, right?
yeah,
4 good men are better at doing one thing than one good person. No?
True.
Right.
yeah,
All things being equal. So if you have your midfield you need about 4 good midfielders. A team like Liverpool that wants to compete for everything, you need about 4 good midfielders. You even have to have people sitting on the bench waiting to come in. A team like Manchester City has Calvin Phillips sitting down, getting fat, according to their coach. Right? We don't have anybody. And we have Henderson. We have an 18-year-old who is now the best defensive midfielder in our team. That says something about us. I mean, if you talk about Arsenal have perhaps the best defensive midfielder in the world right now playing. Never mind that Casemiro shit. I don't think Casemiro has anything on Thomas Partey. This is not a Ghanaian thing. Because I say we don't need Gakpo. Gakpo is Ghanaian. Thomas Partey is simply the best defensive midfielder playing in any league right now, period. He was the best when he was playing in
Atletico.
In Atletico. That's why they went to bring him. Injuries have hampered him, but now everybody can see what a defensive anchor does. So go and get those kinds of players. Now, the reason why I'm talking about the boys in the French league is that getting manpower for any endeavor is a gamble. But we can only go with the guide we have. He can't come and get me. Well, knowing Klopp, he can come and buy me. All I need to do is shave my beard and trim down my beer belly. Yeah, fine. But I'm simply saying we can only go by what we can
Rods,
see,
look at Rods.
right?
Rods is laughing.
But they have this tendency of only going to buy players that Jorge Mendes recommends through his pet parrot, Pep Linders, because they had a relationship when Pep Linders was at Porto. So that racket is still sitting. Because I say that if you are a football manager, you take risks. If Azzedine Ounahi is around for 9 million euros, you buy him. Period.
Yeah.
Buy him and let him sit on the bench and not play. Because he was earning 30,000 euros a week at Angers. So even if you double that for a club the size as Liverpool, you've done nothing. But Azzedine Ounahi is the kind of player we need. A player who can carry the ball. Kudus is still sitting at Ajax when Liverpool needs a player who can carry the ball. This year, Tony, Liverpool hasn't had a single penalty. Okay? So if you want me to wrap up everything in a nutshell, Liverpool haven't had a single penalty. That should tell you where we are. I think I rest my case. We haven't had a single penalty.
That case is a strong case.
Listen, on that note, I'm going to wrap up now still. But
yeah, man.
Don't worry, we're going to be getting this gang back together again. We're going to get this gang back together again. I probably enjoy it. I knew at the day when I brought this African brother in, Tony, I knew it was going to be some vibes, man. I knew it was going to be some
vibes. I'm going to try to find you, right? I'm going to try and find you on YouTube, okay?
He's in the group. He's in the group.
You are in the WhatsApp group?
Yeah, I'm in the group.
Yeah,
I'm in the group. You can also get me on Tony Cloud Gunner TV.
I'm going to try to come on your show. I like to come and talk smack, and I'm going to get my brother on. My brother is an Arsenal fan, and he pisses me off. He used to hide all his Arsenal replica. Now he shows up at my house wearing his Emirates. You know, the one with the gold, the Jamaican Rasta one. He wears that one, and he comes to me and say, "Yo, what up, bro? What up?" I'm like, "Get the fuck out of my house! Get out!"
Listen, guys, you know what today? Uncle Albert, great to have you on the show. I've got something coming up tomorrow.
Just said he follows you on Twitter, so get in touch with him there. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Quincy just said he follows you on Twitter.
Hey, I tell you what, Quincy, message me on Twitter. Send me a message on Twitter. I beg you do. Send me a message on Twitter.
And put him on our WhatsApp group. Put him on the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, that's what I want to do that. Definitely want to do that. Tony, thank you for Oh gosh. Oh, what have I done? Have I done something wrong? Can you not still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're right, I've done something wrong here. I don't know what's happening there, but I've come off the picture for somehow. You know, I'm going to try and get my. I know, but I can't see myself on here. Oh yeah, I've got it now. Cancel that, right? Yeah, sorry about that. I hit the wrong one.
Technophobe Uncle Rodz.
I know, innit? You know what I mean? I'm getting off it. Yeah, bless up, Griffy. Bless up. Liverpool 12, man. It's a good show. Bless up, Reds. Yeah, thank you, Liverpool 12, man. Listen, Tony, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna get this group together, and I want you and Uncle Albert to link now. I want you to link now. So you're in the same group together.
Sure. He's an African.
Anytime, Uncle Rodz.
We'll link it up. Uncle Albert's a good guy, man. He's a good guy. He's my brother, man. You're my brother, isn't he?
Right now, I'm going to call you Gamanche.
Gamanche.
Yeah, Gamanche. They used to call me like Gamanche.
Yeah, Gamanche.
Rods want to be called Gamanche. Rods, you have to go to Africa if you want to be called Gamanche.
You know what is
a big title to hand over to you.
Yeah, you know what it's a day. It's like this year and then as you get older, you want to do more things than that. And this year, and I would love to go to Africa this year. Okay, whereabouts in Africa I go to, I'd just like to go and just see
what
only
one place to come to. You either come to Ghana or you go to Nigeria or you go both.
Yes.
Don't go
Yeah.
to Nigeria for now, please. I beg you. There's politics going on there. You might be used for rituals and all that. So
Nah, I'm
just
not feeling
stay,
that.
just stay where
Listen,
you are. Go to Ghana, my brother.
But man,
Maybe.
Nigeria is nice, man. I like Nigeria. Nigeria is nice.
No. I'm saying there's a presidential election coming up.
When is it over? It's over this March, right?
It's gonna be over around I think end of this month.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna.
anytime
Yeah,
around this
I think
time, it's not a
it's
good time
over.
to travel
You
down
know,
there.
you
But apart
guys are
from that,
gonna
it's a lovely place to go
one
to.
of the old men is gonna win. That's all, and then life goes on,
No,
right?
I want the younger one that looks like you, exactly like you, Peter Obi.
Peter can win, man. This is a boys' club. Peter can win, man. He's a kid.
But that's what we want. That's what we want.
You
That's what
know,
we want.
Tony, that's
listen.
another story for another
That's
show.
another story for another.
What we do, I mean, Cameroon's president is 90 years old. He's still going to seminars.
Oh my
That's another
gosh.
story for another show. But hey, you know, Peter won't win not because he's not the best. He's the best he's not the best candidate. He won't win simply because it's a boys' club.
True.
First of all,
That's a fact.
he doesn't have enough funds to distribute. So
True.
the
Thank
big
you,
boys will always take it.
Thank you, everyone who are in the chat who came to show love to Uncle Rodz today and my big friend here, Master Albert. Thank you, everyone who was here. Quasibo TV, big ups to you. Liverpool 12th man, God bless you, my brother. Tamizi, God bless you, my brother. Lloyd, God bless you. Thank you for coming to the show today to show love to this channel, yeah? Please always make sure you come around. David Heyman, big ups to you, my brother. God bless you. God bless you very, very well, David Heyman. See, David Hayden, Ant Dico, big ups to you. Squadly 2018, big up to you. Of course, our big friend, Egyptian King. Thank you very much, my brother, for coming to this show and for showing us love. Thank you very much.
Right.
Yeah,
So
big up to
listen.
all of you guys, man. Big up to each and every one of you. It's nice for us to be able to meet up like this from all over the world. I know Tamizi is somewhere in Southeast Asia, and you know I'm in Florida. Some of you are in Europe, others are in Africa. Hey, man, it's a crazy world. Kwesi is in California.
Thank you, Lloyd.
You know, California. Their motto is "What else could happen?" Fire, rain, mudslides. It's still the coolest place to be. So hey,
But you know what it is? You know what it is in the day, right? This is the power of what we do.
exactly.
We have got voices now, and
Exactly.
we need to use it at the end of the day in the right way.
Exactly. And my special friend Liverpool 12th man. On Monday,
Yeah.
if we lose, you are joining the KOL Club Out League. No club defense league for you, man. You are abandoning the bomb disposal squad. You are joining us.
Listen, guys, if you're watching this on a replay, okay, if you're gonna watch this on a replay, please like and subscribe. Okay,
Like,
please like and
subscribe,
subscribe.
please. Yeah,
If
big
you
ups,
Man,
True
Rods,
John.
I'm doing
Who was
a
in the show.
Manchester.
Big ups
I'm
to
doing a
you.
Manchester City. I have 2 phones, so I'm liking it with 2 phones.
Cool. Thank you. So what is it? Like and
Ravi,
subscribe.
big ups to you, Ravi. Ravi, you were on the show and you contributed very much. Big ups to you. God
Kawasi,
bless you,
big
my
up,
brother.
man.
And Trudon, God bless you. Thank you for coming to the show. Kwesi, big ups to you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. So if you subscribed already, please comment and share the content. Okay, comment and share the content, and also hit the subscribe. No, you got to hit the notification button. The notification button. Please, can you pick up your channel before you go, Tony? Please do.
Yeah, see guys, yeah. Anfield Rodz is my very, very big friend. You know, when I started my channel, I was always coming around to his channel. So you know, top guy, great human being, love this guy. That's why I have to see. I just finished a show, a very big show where I brought in Arsenal legends to my show. You know, that's what took my
See
time.
this one, oh, see this yeah, man. Hey!
Well, I brought some Arsenal legends to the show. So, you know, I just finished the show. Then I had to come down to Anfield Rodz. You know, I could just say, you know, I'm tired. Let me just go and rest. But because I have respect for this Liverpool
Yeah,
fan
man.
down here, so I just had to come in
It's
down
likewise,
here.
man.
See, you guys can catch me on Tony Claude Gunner TV, yeah? You know, I run a fan channel, but still I bring in lots of fan base, a lot of other people to come into the show. Liverpool fans always come to my show. Rodz was on my show the other day, and we had a
Yeah.
classic. Me, him, some Manchester United. See, we have to bring Albert to the show so he too can come and eat the egg while eating there too. You know.
I'm coming,
So,
man. I'm coming. Even if you don't invite me, I'm on, man. I'm coming, bro. I'm
so,
coming.
so
I said I'm on Nigeria. The world don't spoil. Oh,
he
the
don't
world don't
spoil my
spoil.
brother. I know
See
he don't
Arsenal
scatter.
man. See Arsenal man. They give me grief. Oh, the world don't spoil.
So
Stop it!
Eh? They
Stop
say
it!
in Ghana we say one day the cat will sell meat and the dog hailing the meat.
the young shall grow. The young
You don't
shall
go
grow.
telling me how you bought Arsenal greats. Some time ago, Liverpool greats were being invited by Arsenal.
Oh God! Listen, I got.
Big
Listen,
ups,
I'm
everyone. So join me on my
busting
show,
out, man.
Tony Cloud Gunner TV. Just click subscribe, come and
Enjoy it
join
whilst
me.
it
And
lasts.
you know, I love Liverpool fans. They've always been part of my show. So you
Take
know,
care.
you can always come around and you know just come show the channel some love. And of course, Uncle Rodz will also be there. I'm also going to be doing
Definitely,
lots of shows with Anfield Rodz too. So please come join me. Yeah. And it's a
definitely,
big
man.
honor. It's a big honor to be with you, Master Albert. You know, apart from all this YouTube thing, we also do know that we have older people. We have people we should respect down there. I'm
Mm.
not too young. You know, I'm an old guy too. But of course, I still have to respect other people. You know, that I know that are older than me too. Like at least Albert and Anfield Rod. Big ups to you. It's an honor to be with you, Albert.
See
No
you, man.
problem, guys. Good, guys. All I've got to say is good night and God bless. Good night, God bless, and have a safe and pleasant day tomorrow, and onwards and upwards, man. Because you know what is life short, so enjoy your life and enjoy your family. You understand what I say? Enjoy
Yeah,
life
man.
and
Take
enjoy your
care.
family. Take care. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye now. Take care.
Big ups.